go live. All right, we are live on both YouTube and TikTok.
Sweet.
We have absolutely no plan. We are just gonna go in and see what happens.
Yep. Well, I'm taking this model and I'm drawing some poses to study. Because I need to work on
Applejack.
that. Oh, apple. Apple jubblies?
Yes. Welcome. Hello,
Hey,
Salem. Look at Applejack. Look how cute he is.
Look how cute. Too bad your back's always facing us,
Yeah, you
Applejack.
can't. You just can't see him that well a lot of the time.
There you go.
Let's just shrink that.
Shrink.
Hello. We got Salem, Fortune, Alejandro,
Hey, Cran.
Cran, Medina. How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
No. Joined.
No.
Fairy. How's everybody doing? What's going on tonight?
Oh, awesome, Dahlia.
Very nice. Hachiko, hello. All right. I have no idea what to do for stream today. We just went live.
Mm-hmm. Applejack, do you know what we should do today? Poppy's here too.
Who, huh? Don't you leave your little presents on the ground this time. Little demure little eyes. Boom, 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 boom. All good, Dahlia. More cat hair floating around, bro.
It's just dust at this point.
That's a plague.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like there's so much cat hair and it's already in my tea.
Make sure it doesn't drip on your tablet.
I don't care. It's just a flat surface.
I'm upset because my dinner didn't taste good. Oh.
Rip.
Honestly, the eating is one of those things where it's like, if you didn't enjoy in the present, it's like, ah, dang, that kind of sucks.
I don't even know if we're going to announce going live tonight.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on.
I think of the clearing throat TikTok.
What did you have for dinner? Today was chill. Nice.
Nice. You want to switch the screen to, I don't know, whatever. Or you want
Don't
people to just see
care.
Applejack?
Do you want them to watch your screen? I don't care. I don't
Sure.
have anything on my screen.
I'm just posing this model right here. Gotta love these cool things. Like, it's just so versatile. I wish that these were similar to the male models, which have like double joints, but they work good. They work good. But it had rice. Oh, thank you, Fortune. Sometimes it's always nice to just have like a bit of a study time where you're like, you know what, I should just practice today. What are those called? These, okay, let me go find the thing.
These are the Toa Heavy Industries figures, the 1/12 scale.
I keep forgetting.
Are
where
we
the
gonna do a
file is. I'm just
tutorial
gonna-
stream, or are we just gonna draw whatever?
If I do get into tutorials, I mean, I don't mind them. Sure, we can do some tutorials as well.
Alright.
1000 Toys. Toa Heavy Industries. I cannot write.
Should I get a figure? You
They're
don't
kind
have
of
to.
pricey. And then this is the I don't
like
actually
a
know.
lot of people don't have them. We get a lot of stuff because we like trying things out.
Yeah.
I don't particularly find them that useful. Sometimes they can be useful here and there. But with like 3D programs and posing apps and stuff, like you really don't need to get a figure. There's so many free like posing apps and stuff out there that you can use to help that would be just as good, if not better.
I actually don't know what scale this is. This
1/12.
It is? Even for
Pretty
the female?
sure. Yep.
Okay, because I know the female is smaller than the male, and the male is usually the 1/12 scale. But, okay, female.
They usually make female models smaller than the male ones.
Okay. So yeah, this is the female 1/12 scale from 1,000 Toys to Heavy Industries. These are price gouged, unfortunately, so
Those ones aren't too bad.
Those ones aren't too bad? Okay, it's the
It's
male
like,
ones.
they're like $80 or $90 probably.
Yeah.
But you might be able to find one less expensive somewhere.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys draw so good? It's a lot of practice. A lot of practice and just drawing.
If only I could figure out what to draw or do. I don't have any desire to do art right now.
Like an art block.
No. I mean, I was doing art and recording classes and stuff earlier today. I just don't really feel like doing anything right now with it.
Mm-hmm. Seems super convenient. I want to get one now. I do like them. I should use them more often, to be honest.
I don't know how long we're going to be live.
Yeah. Kind of low energy today. But, you know, we'll see how it turns out. You make a video on how to draw heads from any angle. You know, that's not a bad idea, heads from any angle. I'll put that down on the list.
Don't you already have it on your list?
I think I do, actually.
There's a slim chance it will actually get made. We average about one video every 3 to 6 months on our YouTube channel. But maybe eventually, maybe in like 10 to 12 years, you know? We don't make very many videos in general. But we do live streams, so we have some past live streams about drawing heads from any angle.
We actually do. If you look at our live streams, there should be one called How to Draw Heads from Any Angles, part 1 and 2. Like these, for example. We use Krenz cubes to model or to like use it as a guide for different head angles and stuff. Hey, Tira. Clip Studio only available on Apple? I have no clue if it is available on Apple. Maybe you can try to check. I know that Clip Studio also works on PC. They were
asking if it was only available on Apple.
It's also available on PC. Sorry about that.
At least that's how I read the question.
Yeah.
Who is here?
I think it's Poppy. Feels like Poppy.
Why are you here? What are you doing? All of a sudden you're nice.
I did see that, Master Magic. I would try using gradients.
Can you not ping us for general questions and stuff in the Discord server? We generally don't respond to questions like that unless you have like specific issues or problems and stuff. We try to keep people from pinging us too much. Like I don't mind it occasionally, but definitely not for like just kind of random general questions.
Yeah, it's generally because like that you can also just try different techniques. You know, yourself, and as you get better, you'll find more efficient ways.
Krenz rotation, only a bit of what he teaches in his course. Yeah, I mean, he teaches a lot of different stuff. Krenz cubes is just a part of it, like the rotations. I've taken a couple of his things. I mean, he's like he's a full-on teacher that teaches a bunch of different stuff.
Wasn't there like a site that posts a lot of like?
I mean, he has like a whole school.
Oh yeah, he does. Wait, what's the school again?
I don't know what it's called, but he has a school. He posts a bunch of his students' work.
That's sick. I think there should be like gradient tools on your program. Like if you use Clip Studio and stuff, there's like gradient tools. You can mask it. You can also just use a large soft brush. Like you could, like let's say this is hair. What you can do is you can just make a selection or fill it in with a solid color. And then you could just take a big brush. So let me think. Airbrush. Soft brush is great for gradients. take a certain color and just, oops, that was too big. You know, here's a very simple gradient that's done really quickly. Yeah, I remember when I didn't know the gradient tool existed, and I was like, how do I make these, like, these transitions? And
in
then
Procreate?
No, not in Procreate, just a long time ago when I was still figuring out digital art.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure Procreate has some sort of a gradient tool, right?
Probably. Hey, Gizmo. Maybe I could just search it up, you know, what gradient tool to use, or if there's a gradient tool on Procreate. But if people who are better at Procreate than I am, feel free to answer if they have a gradient tool.
I don't use Procreate, so I don't really care if it has a gradient tool.
Yeah.
I pretty much exclusively use Procreate for like drawing and like just taking notes and doing line work. And of course teaching on stream occasionally.
What app do you use then? This is Procreate. And then Colton uses Photoshop.
We both use Photoshop. We use Procreate on stream. I use Photoshop on stream. All of our classes are drawn in Photoshop.
How do you get your character poses to feel grounded? Mine always feel floaty. That has to do with probably your foot placement. So, like, if your feet is like this a lot of the time, like, okay, I skipped a lot of steps here. If you have a foot that doesn't feel like it's planted on the floor, like, you know, and it's also not on the ground, this will feel floaty. So no matter what you do in this kind of pose scenario, this will always feel floaty because it's not literally on the ground. So what I would do is find the ground and actually plant it. Like, you can place like some kind of perspective and plant your foot and just make sure it feels like it's landing. You know, you can even add like a cast shadow. It doesn't have to be this big. But like sometimes adding a shadow underneath will generally make it feel like it is on the ground. You can even add like little marks just to show like this is the texture of the ground and this is it coming in contact with the foot. That's generally pretty helpful. Where can I buy the mannequin? This is 1000 Toys Toy Heavy Industries 1/12 scale for the female. I don't know. Did we get it on Amazon?
It's everywhere.
Yeah, just look this up and you'll probably find sites that sell them.
I think we got it on Amazon probably.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best place to buy it. You can find it on eBay. You can find them on Amazon.
Like how people need to pay for actual lessons by you guys, yet y'all give free trials like these lives. Oh yeah. Well, like, you know, we enjoy teaching, especially live and stuff, and I think it's more engaging. But yeah, we do have classes and stuff, which, you know, contains a lot more information than we do on our lives. But yeah. Did you give the mannequin random hair? Did it come like that? No, this came with it. This actually looks more like Faye. I think this hair reminds me of is it Mikasa Ackerman? Just reminds me of it. But no, this stuff came with it. Came with the mannequin. What type of mannequin do you highly recommend to add on top of anatomy? If you're talking about like a physical mannequin like this, I mean, this is the one that we mainly use just because it's like has a lot of joints and you can like pose things really well, and it already has some sort of like anatomical information, like subtle ones on there. Like, you know, you can tell that these are the abs. Here's like the front and the side of the arm. There's like a hint of the deltoid. Those wooden mannequins that look like, you know, the ones that you see at hobby stores, those ones, like, they're okay. Like, you can get like a general, like, very simple pose with it. You would just have to add it for yourself.
They're more for volume. They're not accurate. They're not anatomically accurate in any way, but
Right.
they can give you a sense of volume and overlaps and stuff.
Yeah. That yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't use it as a model for like a proper reference for drawing humans.
Mhm.
It's got its uses.
Yeah. Like I never use these ones for like pose
I don't
practice.
even think we have one.
We don't even have yeah, we don't even have one. I like ones that have more information and are pretty good proportioned. Like the body type's pretty solid, the arm position is good. So this is the brand. You can just take a picture of it. You'll be able to find it online. They are expensive though. Gizmo asks Colton, do I draw 10 sets of Krenz cubes or 20 Mikis?
Mickey's. I don't care if you draw Krenz cube. You're the one who should care if you draw Krenz cubes, not me. But I want you to draw Mickey's, of course. I get no benefit from you drawing Krenz cubes. You get the benefit from it.
And I feel like this one is like you can hold that at any angle and just use that as a reference and be like, oh, I want to draw a character just loosely in this pose in a different angle. Krenz cubes will improve my Mickey drawings in the long run. You know, I do agree with that.
A little bit. Not much.
Gotta know how to utilize them.
Any individual assignment doesn't really help a whole lot overall unless you're talking about like design. Like, I mean, it helps with certain things. It's more about like you trust that down the road it's going to make more sense. Like Krenz cubes helps a lot with rotating objects and your intuitive sense of perspective. As your intuitive sense of perspective goes up, you can draw people slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a whole bunch of exercises. There's no one exercise that's gonna get you like really good. You know, you won't just draw like 10,000 Krenz cubes and then all of a sudden you're like really, really good at drawing people.
Right. It will help you with like understanding like angles more.
It helps you grow component skill.
Yes.
My anatomy is very stylized. How can I make it a bit more realistic? Learn anatomy.
Yeah.
Learn real anatomy. Get an anatomy book and start drawing it. You will definitely get more realistic.
Oop.
There's lots and lots of anatomy books out there. There's lots of free resources online. You can find tons of Ecrochet models, but like the realistic look is gonna come more from proportion than anything.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah.
Realistic human proportion.
Like you gotta know how much to not shrink the torso, for example. I mean, like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of different body types out there, but generally, like, this is a very stylized torso. Very large and very narrow for the waist. Like, that feels, like, purposefully stylized. But then, like, generally a lot of male torsos are not as extreme as this. They're actually a little bit more rectangular. And so that feels more natural. So it just depends on how aggressive you want your angles and your body type to be. But there are definitely a lot of different types of body types that feel like they're also stylized, which is, you know, always interesting and always nice to study from. I have a video on how to draw both eyes in different angles, in any angle, on our YouTube channel, Whisper. Our YouTube is Draw Anime Academy, and you'll be able to see the video. It's literally called How to Draw Both Eyes at Any Angle. Does the stream have a topic, or is just whatever? Just whatever. But, you know, if there comes a time where I want to answer a question, you know, it'll be a tutorial. I'm kind of just doing some practice poses with this mannequin right here. But I would say the mannequin doesn't matter. Just draw the person.
What are you
Like-
guys doing today? We're just streaming. I don't really know how long we'll be live, but we decided to just go live.
Mm-hmm.
Not really any topic. Kind of whatever. Awesome, Fortune. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel immediately after last stream ended.
Oh, thank you.
My eyes are transparent. Is that true, chat? I do have green eyes, don't I? How do we even like prevent that from happening?
And wear contacts. No, I'm
Is
kidding.
that even possible?
I
Are
actually
they?
don't know. Can't help that your eyes are green.
Those piercing steel gray eyes.
I actually like to divide the foot into 3 different sections, like even similar to this mannequin. Like you can see that there's the heel, the middle of the foot, and also the toe. And also the toes also have like their own like little joint sometimes. But generally like 3 components is pretty much all you need.
Did you get your iPad, Lau? Did you ever get that yet?
Ooh.
What type of mannequin do you highly recommend to add on top of the anatomy? I'm not really sure what you mean. To add on top of the anatomy?
Yeah, I don't really know. Because you would generally add anatomy on top of the mannequin.
Yeah, you wouldn't add anatomy, or you wouldn't add a mannequin on the anatomy.
Yeah.
It'd be the other way around. You'd add anatomy on the mannequin. Or like, if you want to add anatomy, you would be adding it on top of some sort of a simpler figure. Anatomy of the mannequin. Any mannequin works well as long as it has a as it has good proportions and volumes.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of good ways to break down the body. Just find out what works best for you.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to have multiple tries. Like, I remember I used to break down the body, like, in a very complicated way. Like, I would start with...
Tomorrow, huh?
Ooh.
That's fun. Is it new?
I think I remember I used to start with bodies like this, which is totally fine. It's a totally valid way to do it. But then over the years, I started gradually changing it up and being like, what is simpler for me personally?
A lot of the time has to do with the teachers that you'd have.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I don't think you ever would have developed what you do now if you hadn't taken Will Weston a bunch of times, or like Michael Hampton or whatever.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's arriving tomorrow and it's new. Awesome. That's very fun. You bet you're excited about that.
Been drawing for many years. Many years now. And also there's different ways to do it. Draw a mannequin or a torso. It's like, you can start with an oval or like a round form and a box for the pelvis. That's totally fine. A lot of people like to do beans. Perfectly fine. Some people like to draw more organically because maybe they find like straighter lines a little bit more intimidating.
I am all record an unboxing video and all. That's sick.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, that's fun.
Unboxing.
Face reveal. Lau
Face
face
reveal?
reveal when?
Only when she wants to.
Poppy reveal? Sometimes I wish Toby wouldn't reveal himself. Because
Why?
Toby spells trouble.
And then,
do you happen to know how to draw mechs? I have done mech stuff here and there for client projects. I'm really a mech artist though. T for your viewers. Earl
Yummy.
Grey,
I like
definitely
Earl
one of
Grey.
my favorites. Let's see, Toby. I don't know. I hear him in the background. They're messing around. Which is like recording my hands. Interesting. And it depends, like, mechs, right? So do you mean like humanoid mechs? Or do you mean like tractor, more like mech or machine type mechs? Because they're very different Like very different approaches usually. Machine type mechs. I can bring up an example of someone who does mechs and I can, you know, talk about it a little bit.
What's the name of the model? You just showed this. Just look this up online and you'll be able to find it.
I've done mechs here and there. I'm certainly not a mech artist though, but there's a couple of people that I know that do mechs, or one person that I know, one person I don't know. Let's see. All right. So this guy's a concept artist. His name's Gavin Manners, and he does a lot of mechs. And this is what some of his work looks like. Right here.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's really nice work. Let me try to find some other stuff. I think he teaches and has some content and stuff out there. I'll type his name out really quick. I think this is it. Let me look. Gavin Manners, yeah. So he's a mech artist. He does a lot of that kind of stuff. But like a lot of the difficulty in mech design is gonna come from. Can you check what Toby's up to? He's making
probably biting a box.
Bunch of noise, wrecking boxes, you know. Like a lot of the difficulty of making mechs is kind of understanding what you want the joints to do. Right? You have like all these different kinds of joints. Like that's how the human body works as well, right? The human body is basically a mech, and that's why you can basically reskin the human body into a robot without much problem. There's like ball joints and hinge joints and all kinds of different joints and functions and ways that things move. And when you mimic this stuff in a believable way, you get the look of a mech, right? Like here's a little bit of a cockpit right here. You got some hydraulics. Like this one, you know, would push this up. This one would push and pull this. So it kind of like rotates out and comes back in. What is he just messing with boxes?
He's just biting the boxes. And then he runs off when he hears that we're coming over.
Yeah. But yeah, so like when it comes to mechs, I would just say look at a bunch of different mechanical joints, draw them. You know, think about your stance. You can design them in side views. So you can go, you know, maybe here's the cockpit. Here's a part that it's sort of sitting on. So maybe this thing rotates like that. Maybe it's got a ball joint and a ball joint and an arm comes out. And an arm comes out. Like maybe you could do some sort of thing, you know, like that. And then right here you go, okay, well, I kind of have this sort of thing. And maybe this comes down and up and down. You can start designing it. Make sure it feels balanced. How many legs does it have? 4, 6, 8. Like, and a lot of the time, especially if you're designing mechs for like video games and stuff, they cheat a lot of this stuff, right? They cheat a lot of it. As long as it kind of has that illusion of believability, like, you should be okay. You know, I did a little bit of mech design for an early concept job that I was on, right? You could do this kind of stuff. You could do what, like bipedal or whatever. You know, and the better, funny enough, like the better that you understand anatomy and proportion, it'll help a lot with that. Like you can sort of have like a spine area and like a pelvis area, and maybe you put the cockpit over here, right? And then say in side view it could be something like you know, like that sort of thing. You can mess with the proportions of it, bring that down and out.
Why does that remind me of those
walkers from Star Wars? Yeah, it's because they've got the They've got the thing right. Like those walkers from Star Wars, they wouldn't work at all. Like literally, like they so wouldn't work. You'd have to have so many other types of like
components.
Yeah, components, but they work. Like they animated them. Like it's like stop motion or something probably with how old the movies are. So, you know, you can think about that kind of thing. Look at how maybe even like crabs and stuff walk. You can have like mechs that are really low to the ground. And I would just say if you're going to design something, try to design it in like a side view first. You know, and then maybe you can come out and be like, you know, we got something like this. Got another one. Got another one back here. Maybe this one comes out. That. You can base it on animals and creatures and stuff. Brian Sum is another really, really good mech artist. So this is Gavin Manners. There's another mech artist called Brian Sum. He's really, really good. And then I have a friend. He's done a little bit of mech design here and there. And he'll design like these kind of military robot looking things. He's done work for like Call of Duty. He worked on Cyberpunk 2077. And so he bases a lot of his stuff on like military gear. Like this is a rotating turret. You've got stuff that kind of implies like this is almost like the top of a tank. And he'll find reference of like real military equipment and shrink it or make it bigger and rotate it and kind of change the shape language a little bit. But this is kind of reminiscent of almost like Boston Dynamics, right? So that's mech stuff. Usually mech artists really kind of have to nerd out. They got to be really, really into what they do. So I would watch a lot of documentaries, draw the stuff, right? Draw it a lot. Yeah, there's definitely like insectoid mechs. Like Fang, my old teacher from when I was in school, he would do like, this is some of his artwork. He would make like insect type mechs. So this is based on like a jumping spider. And he's just reskinning bugs, right? And kind of turning them into sort of like organicified mechs. And he does other stuff like this. His work is really iconic. He's kind of OG, right? You got like these soldiers riding these, like, I don't even know what this is, dude. Like a mech dog thing.
Mech dog.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. What else? He really, really, really likes bugs. So you'll see, here's kind of like a side view hybrid, right?
Ooh.
Like what you can do is you can straight up make a side view and then you can just add a little bit of overlap in the back and make it seem like there's, like it's 3D. Because like 1 point perspective is pretty easy to make mechs in, right? It's almost like this sort of thing.
What do you think I should do as a beginner artist? What would you do if you started over again?
If I started over again, my biggest goal would be to enjoy art. Like I'd want to have fun. I would really be like, I'm not going to be a super mega sweat. I'm just going to have fun and enjoy it because I burned out for a really long time. Right? You can kind of create this illusion of 3D, and if you put like a little grid here, it's like something simple. You can create the illusion that it's sort of on the ground, and then you can come back in and make stuff more interesting. Break up the silhouette, you know, add little stuff. Because, like, this looks dumb now, but you can make it look better by increasing the, you know, the interest of the design and the silhouette and all that kind of thing.
Those are some great tips. I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone, and I've never done mechs.
Yeah, mechs are cool and fun. Right? And you can make a lot of stuff work. John Park is another really good mech artist. I don't think he's done mechs for quite a while, but he's got some tutorials on mechs out there. I don't know where you can get this. You could just look up like John Park mechs, but like this is some of his stuff. And he talks a lot about joints and how these things work. And then here's like silhouette assignments that you can do. And a lot of the time you can just make these things make sense and be more believable. But it's a lot of it is going to be very shape based. Right, this guy's an OG. He's been around for a really long time. And a lot of people even like build their little mechs. You know, I got to show you this thing. So Prague, a concept artist, actually built this in person. He built it out of a Nissan truck.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
What?
this was a guy that went to art center, and this was a project that he did. Like, this is a real thing. Like, this is actually in the yard. And so he took apart a truck and made a mech out of the parts of the truck. And this was like a big project that he did in school. And so
that's so cool.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I'll write his name here.
I wonder if that has ever gone viral.
Yeah, for sure. This is old, right? This is like, I don't even know exactly when, but a lot of people will build these like little model kits and stuff. Yeah, obviously it doesn't walk. It's just like a statue, but
it's cool.
Yeah, it's sick. He's like he's a hardcore mech artist. I mean, he worked on a bunch of the Star Wars games. He worked on Apex Legends. He did a bunch of the gun designs for Apex. You know, he makes like a bunch of crap like that. You know, here's like some other of his work. He's a hard surface artist. He does like, this is some other work of his. This brings me back because I used to be a hard surface artist. Here's like another little piece of his as well. But anyways, like, yeah, if you want to do mech design, just nerd out. Like, watch a bunch of videos, draw a bunch of stuff, get really into it.
Take a robotics class.
Take a robotics class. Like, all that stuff is going to contribute to you making believable and interesting designs.
Someone's asking you hard surface.
Hard surface is anything that's like not organic, you know, environment, background, props, mechs, vehicles, you know, weapon
Something
design.
That can be made.
Yeah, that's what I did for a long time. I only started learning figure drawing in 2020 about. Before that, I'd worked the last 4 years as a hard surface artist. So I was doing environment design and vehicles and weapon design and stuff like that. Here he is.
Oh, that's so fun.
Here's his helmet that he made. I think it's like a redesign of what's that game with the mechs? Titanfall helmet or something. But yeah. John Park. You can look him up. He has mech tutorials and like ways to think about him. They're going to be a little bit like not old, like outdated, but old as in you'll probably have to do some digging.
I want to start drawing. Should I get an iPad or drawing tablet? Totally up to you.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's 100% up to you. Like, John Park was doing mechs for a really long time. He used to be really well known as a mech artist. Now he's like a super good painter.
Oh my.
Yeah. But anyways, here's Christina's stuff. Mech stuff, that brings me back.
I think it'd be cool if you designed a mech in your spare time. Someone is asking how to draw knees and elbows. I think that was Gizmo or something. What I'll do for knees is I'll draw like cylinders for the upper leg and the bottom leg, and they're kind of like half cylinders where it's flat on the bottom but round on the top. And then I'll add a sphere in the middle.
Just check that out. Give that a sip. It's just unsweetened black tea. It's not that intense.
It's good.
It is good though.
It's very flavorful. And then what you do is, and then what you can do is your patella, as it like bends and stuff, it'll actually move with the lower leg. So it's kind of like a little shield on top, and then all this stuff is kind of like extra tendons or extra connective tissues from like the muscles and stuff. Right now, this is like a very complicated one. So if I were to if I were to draw this normally, like without this breakdown, it would probably, I mean, I would imagine this in my head first of all. So like I would still keep this in my head, but I would just omit So like this part, I want to show the kneecap. This part right here, I imply. And then this part, I'll like draw. And then the rest, I'll like erase, depending on how like toned I want the leg to be. But that like shows enough about what the kneecap is doing without losing your mind. So like this feels already pretty convincing. This one's just like an X-ray version of it. X-ray vision. And then with elbows, I feel like with elbows they are a little bit difficult because they're kind of complicated. Like there's a bunch of, I mean, kneecaps are also very complicated, but at least like there's like something to show like the joint. Maybe the elbows are the same way. But I actually think of elbows and kneecaps very similarly. Like I'll draw my upper arm, and this is the back view of an arm. And what I'll do, just really simply, is I'll just have 2 cylinders, and then I'll connect it to a point. That's all I'll do. That's really all I'll do. And then I know that next to, like, there's like a bony area, but then there's also like a rounder area right next to it, and so it will generally look like this little padding over here. And I'm drawing in a way that's very diagrammatical, so it's easier to see what the elbow looks like. But this tends to be a little bit more narrow, and it's like bonier. So I like to kind of simplify that to more of like a plane. Yeah, you're welcome. Like here. Like you can even think of kneecaps kind of like knee pads on armor, but like less bulky. I think this model actually does it pretty well, although I'm not sure why this doesn't move. This part right here doesn't move. I think it's supposed to, but oh well. It still looks good.
Just grab it.
Oh yeah? Oh, I didn't know that you could just grab it like that.
Well, you just gotta like pull it out with it. It doesn't really stick. It's supposed to, I think.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Well, there you go.
Drawing powers or magic? I mean, like what kind of powers and magic, right? Is it like electricity-based magic? Is it fire-based powers or magic? Is it
a beam?
You're gonna have to base it on something, right? Something that people recognize. So I would say the way that you could find reference for that is you just look up things you find interesting, different things, you know, burn different colors, and there's a lot of reference out there for that sort of thing. When I draw powers or magic, I'll a lot of the time base it on something pretty grounded. It's like maybe this sort of thing. This one's lightning based. And this one's fire based. And then this one's kind of ice based. So, you know, like steam or mist or like that sort of thing coming off of it. It's kind of glowing. It's got like a little bit of fog around it. You got some of these like ching, like maybe these little reflections are happening in the air, right? Where it's like little sparks or whatever. It's like the opposite, like cold sparks, right? Like a little thing will shoot off of it. It's so cold, it's just like pew, it shoots off in a straight line, and then it twinkles.
Oh, twinkle.
So you can think about it in that way. I find that a bunch of people who do effects in like Houdini or something do a really, really good job. Like look at animations from games like like League of Legends or World of Warcraft or something like that. Like they've got all kinds of magical effects and powers and stuff, and they've explored that pretty thoroughly. I did one effect for Anthem when I was on doing props for that game, and there was like this interesting like rainbow effect light beam thing that was pretty fun to make.
Ooh. So swirls of light, like is it like ribbony light, like whew, whew, or is it like? I mean, you can also just say, oh, Like, what if they're balls of light where there's like a light and then there's like a tail end? Like, that could also work as, magic. There's also kinds of light where it's like very ribbony and it's a little bit more feathery. But I feel like it's probably more in the material aspect. Like, you want to make it feel like it's glowing.
Yeah, if I'm going to do like light, I may come down here. Let's just say it's I don't know, like a pinkish, what kind of light? Maybe like a greenish light or something, right? So I could come down here and go and start with something like this, maybe in like trails off, right? So I'd be like drawing on dark so I can actually see it, and then maybe I'd have this kind of like trail of light here, and then maybe we got like things coming off of it or whatever. And then I'll go up, maybe a little bit warmer, and we'll have kind of this like core right here, like the part that's actually emitting light. And so we'll come up, I'm coming up in value, and I'm probably going to warm it up a little bit. You can do this cooler as well. Like, how about that? Let's actually go cooler.
Okay.
So instead of warmer, we're going cooler with it. So I kind of like green light that's like cooler as it's brighter. So we'll come out here and we'll do like warm around it, like this sort of thing, right? Maybe like that. And then we'll have like a little piece that comes off, and maybe a little piece that comes off over here. And then let's go cooler, and maybe we'll go into like blue.
Oh, thanks, Fortune. Yes, I swear, things like these make me so motivated for art. That's awesome.
So like this kind of has like a light effect to it, right? And I'm going up, and like you can refine this. So we can refine this. I want to make sure that I have a nice clear gesture. Like my gesture in my mind is sort of like this. And everything is going to contribute to that. Everything in my image is going to work to like enhance the idea of this gesture. And so maybe I get light in here, and it's like, maybe it like comes out like that.
And notice how he puts it on like a dark background. Generally, if you have like something that's like supposed to be emitting light, but you put on a white background, it's not going to show as well.
Well, white is your brightest.
Exactly.
It's like a light bulb with the sun behind it. Like, you know what I mean? Even if the light bulb's on, you're not going to be able to see it, because white is the brightest you can possibly get on a canvas. So in real life, you could go, what's the brightest thing that I possibly know? The sun. Okay, now let's put a light in front of the sun and see if it looks bright, right? Like, light a match or hold up a candle in front of the sun.
I can't even imagine that.
You wouldn't be able to see it. It wouldn't look bright, because it's like, it's all relative light, right? Light? Yeah, it's relative, right? And then you could go here on the ground, and you could just go, switch to a soft brush, make our lives easier. We're not trying to make ourselves miserable, so we'll just make a new soft brush. We'll shrink it, and we'll put it under it on the ground. And that could be an example of some sort of magical light effect. Again, you could do this a million ways, but generally speaking, you could do something like that. So if I were to have like a mystical sword that had like spirits going around it or something, some sort of a light effect, I'd probably do this. Like, let's say there's our sword. Come on. I'm on the wrong brush. There we go. Maybe I'll come up here, make the tip of the sword. This comes in front. maybe it swirls around behind, and there's a second one. And the second one comes out and kind of goes like this. So we'll draw that in, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Light. Fog area around it. And this is a three-dimensional object, right? It's spiraling in 3D space. So this is like a three-dimensional volume that's going around and coming up like this. And I'm thinking about it in three-dimensional volume, right? So it's like that goes around and comes up. It's just a three-dimensional light source. So I'm going to draw it. If I put cross sections around this, it would be like this.
There's form even within the light.
It goes around it. It comes back up. It comes back around, and it snakes up like that. It'd be like a tube. So, like, that's what's going on in my head as I draw this, but I'm rendering it like a light. And so we could have this tail come down like this. And this could be any color, by the way. It doesn't have to be green. Like, again, I made it like... I was going to make it a different color to start, but I thought green might be kind of cool. That's pretty interesting. Crap.
Oh, you did not a different layer?
There we go.
If I have a drawing book, do I learn the shapes or the drawings? I don't know what you mean by learning the shapes, but I would definitely try to draw what you see on the drawing book.
You know, this could come up like that. You could have like little speckles up here.
Speckles.
Right? That's kind of cool. And you could just draw this straight around the edge of the sword. And whatever sword design you want to put it on is totally fine. It doesn't matter. I just made some dumb generic sword, but you could do something cool. I designed something a little bit more interesting for these. Not a lot more interesting, honestly. Right? And then maybe we're going to make our lives easy. And I'm going to grab my vertical symmetry. And I'm going to put it in the middle of this sword. And we're going to make our lives real easy.
Okay. Some people are asking about water and fire.
Water and fire.
It'd be a similar concept. It's just material differences.
There. We're just going to make some kind of generic sword here. It's a little bit of a short sword, isn't it? It's kind of like, this kind of feels a little bit underwhelming. Let's make the blade a lot bigger so it looks like that. So again, if I were to make this glowing effect, definitely want to turn off symmetry. And then this material is going to be believable when it starts to react believably to whatever is above it, right? So I need to make sure it's lit right there. I need to make sure that I'm getting, like, this is metal, right? So I'm going to get, like, specular highlights on this. I'm going to get specular highlights on this. This might be protected, so I might get some highlights there. I'll probably get a specular highlight right here. Specular highlight is a reflection of the light source. It's like a mirror. So you're going to get a very particular look. Right? So that's like a sword with some sort of a magical effect around it. Like a phantom sword. Yeah, and I mean we could come in here and be like, you know,
that's cute. What time and days are you live? We're generally live most of the week. Generally Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays.
Incredibly small.
At
Like
around
I'm
5
drawing so small it's not even funny. Look how big it is
Oh
on
my
my
goodness.
page. So we'll size it up considerably, and look how stinking blurry that is. It's because we had no resolution. So we're going to come in here and we're going to start to res it up. This happens to you guys, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it when I scale up my art it looks blurry? It's because I was drawing way too small to start with, because I didn't actually expect to do a full demo out of this, but you live and you learn. You know, we'll have a little bit more res of a face here.
That's cute. What the heck? Cat mouth?
I don't want like that. I don't even know what to do exactly. There we go. And now let's go up here.
Someone's asking, I've been curious if you can answer. I've been using your TikTok brush and really enjoy it. I'm new to digital brushes. Is there a reason why the brush is shaped like an arrowhead?
It just has a good dynamic shape to it. We didn't make the brush, but the brush is kind of shaped like this, right? Kind of like a shield that's like tilted a little bit. And it just kind of has a general good dynamic shape to it. So I don't know, like other than that, let me see how accurate I was.
Pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate. Although there. Boom, look at that.
There we go.
Yeah, it's almost like shaped like a shield or something. But I don't know, you draw with it. I was just drawing with the basic round brush, but like you draw with this or you paint with it, and it just kind of gives you a little bit of an uneven edge. You could do a very similar thing if you're careful with the round brush, because I'll carve a lot. So like if I want to make an interesting shape, I can just like carve out like that. I do that
brush.
all the time. Like you can see I carve here. Like I'm carving a lot. I should be carving a little bit more.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm honestly want to get like some sort of like a nebula effect. That would be kind of cool. I don't want to, I mean, I'll probably just do most of it out of my imagination, but from what I remember, you'll get like these twinkles. I think that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Like a starry effect.
Ooh.
If, you know, maybe we can even go like, maybe this is like a green nebula type space thing. They're like angry. You know, just have fun with it. You know what I feel like this would be absolutely sick with?
What?
Like a cool, like, red or like maybe like a blue, like a really deep blue background like this. What do you think?
Wait, that sounds awesome.
That's kind of neat.
Wait, that's so gorgeous.
Maybe up here we'll go more red just because I see some red. Oh, I guess that's just from the screenshot, isn't it? So
do you think a good thing to add to the painting class would be like how to do effects?
I do have some effects.
You do have some effects?
I talk a little bit about it.
Oh, okay, great.
In like my materials class, I talk a little bit about it here and there.
Oh, okay, great. Like,
and again, I'm just drawing with the basic round here. You know, I'd probably, like, for the sake of the design, bring this up just a little bit more. Give it a nice point. Come on. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Sick.
It's a little bit intense.
I might join the effects class. I draw a lot of magical girls and fairies. It's not a specific class. It's like it's part of our program,
Just
Anime
kinda
Art School.
hint at it.
Just hinting at it.
Yeah, and I want to get rid of these other sword stuff back there. Like, this is a terrible sword design. I would spend a lot more time figuring out something interesting. You know, probably do a number of variations, find some like historical references and stuff like that.
That's an Anime Art School too.
I just talk about it a little bit here and there. It's not like I definitely talk a bit about fire, but this is just like, you know, materials. Like, if you want to make something glow, just have a bit of color change, like a transition from one color to another, right? So I'll go green to blue, and you're headed towards white.
So it gets brighter.
And then you can go into blue, and then you can go up to like white. So like, if you want to make something glow, I just went from green to blue, but you could also go green to yellow. Like, it doesn't matter as long as there's some sort of a path. Heck, you don't even need to go any color to a different color, but like, we'll have like a warm green glow. And so maybe I'll go into yellow, and then I'll go into yellow over here, and then we'll go up to white. So there's like a warm green glow. Here's a cool green glow. You can go any color to any color. You can even transition through multiple colors if you want. So say, for example, we go into purple. We go up through purple and pink and into red and then over to white. Like, you can make things, you give the illusion of glowing, and it's because of like the value change, but also the color change assists it as well. So like, it doesn't really matter. And then out here, you know, you could give those effects or whatever. And if you would design these shapes out in an interesting way.
Now I need a ring of that, a pendant.
Right? Like that sort of thing. It just sort of gives an effect. It's general. It's like kind of a general rule of thumb where it's a good starting point, you know, travel from one color through other colors into white. Because light is white. Or at least bright, like very bright. If you don't make it white, you would make it bright. Like, obviously, I'm not going to make the light that, but you could do something interesting. It wouldn't be light.
It'd be a black hole, probably.
Yeah. And you could put this around a sword. Like, these colors could have been that instead.
That would be really cool.
I just go in and just control you and...
Oh, there it is.
Because, like, the color change is still going to be there. Obviously, it kind of screws everything up because, like...
Probably do a bit of color.
Not all colors have the same value. So the reason I can't really change it straight up to, say, blue is because blue is darker than green. And so as you change the hue, the value is also changing. See, if I change it to black and white, and then I change the colors, you can see.
Wow. Really
it's not just changing the colors, it's changing the values. So, like, that would not work right there because it's turning this color into blue, which is darker than this color. And so it's inverting it. The reason it works is because this color is lighter than that color.
If you were to change it, you'd probably just go from scratch. Probably.
I'd have to do it manually or use some sort of layer effect or something. I don't know. But I don't know Photoshop well enough to do that. I probably should. But yeah.
That's fun.
There you go. And that's exactly how I did these ones. Like, that concept, right? Obviously, all these are made a little bit different. Like, this one's not quite the same. This one's just fire. And this one's ice. But they all work similarly. Ice doesn't really work that way quite so much. It's like you get really saturated blue bits.
That's more like theatrical. would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's theatrical ice for sure. This is like very stylized, right? But it's like, you know, you get whatever. And then you could have some like deeper blue parts in here. Some sort of ice effect. You'd have like kind of a mist probably around it a little bit. That's how I draw the ice. In like a lazy way. You could even experiment with like... I'm not the best ice artist.
Ew. Oh, that's cool.
It gets the job done.
How would I draw an ice sculpture of a person? There's probably already existing ice sculptures of people.
Yeah, you would definitely you'd definitely use reference for that.
Yeah. Like, try not to use, as much as possible, try not to go from your imagination purely.
Yeah. Like an ice sculpture of a person, you'd want to study ice sculptures, and you'd also need to know how to draw a person.
Yeah. And you need to, like, combine the two. Well, I mean, I guess, more stylized. I mean, if you want to look at a reference from a movie, it's like Frozen, when Anna turns into ice sculpture. Like, there's a material right there that you can study from.
You know, just remember that like these things are 3D volumes. Like that's one of the big important things to remember. It's like you have the properties of the materials, like material properties, and then you have the 3D space. So when you're drawing these things out, you know, I always do this. Give yourself a little 3-dimensional space to draw this in. Ramon Hurtado calls this the chessboard, which is kind of fun. I like that way of thinking about it. You know, and if you draw something, just like remember that you're drawing 3D objects, and these occupy like real space, right? Whether they're over here or whether this one's right here, like where are these? Where do they connect to the ground? And it's the same thing with like that light swirling around, right? Like I sort of thought of it as there's a big cylinder and it goes swirls around it. And it's just a tube. Right? Applejack! I caught him. Hey. What do you think you're doing with that stuck on your paw?
Oh,
No, I didn't mean to.
it just got stuck. I didn't do anything.
Give me that.
Such a
You silly. Right, it's a tube. And it comes back around. And it's like that. But it doesn't stay the same size, right? It's almost like, and then within this tube, it sort of turns into this tapering shape. And then this one comes up and it's like, I don't know, here or here, and it turns into that tapering shape, that kind of tadpole, right? And then you've got stuff coming off of it, and you've got the glow, and then you basically decide, this thing is green, and it's going to go into blue as it gets brighter. You know, whatever you want to do. And like, that's the logic. So that's sort of what I thought with this. It doesn't have to be that way. Like, you could make it spin around it in a perfect loop. Like, you could go, oh, we've got these things around it like this. You just create a logic and stick with it. It'll help the believability a lot. You know, and whatever you want to do. Like, again, these ones, the logic is literally just it spins around, right? It's the same thing. Spins around, and spins around. Super simple. This one is kind of the same thing, right? Goes behind, goes in front, and then kind of like goes up the side.
Sick.
Yeah, like that, like this.
Yeah. That's what
It's
I
still-
was.
It's got that logic as well.
Yeah, I was doing like ribbony light, and all I really did was I picked a color, like really saturated color, and I just wrapped it around the form like a ribbon, like, and made it act like a ribbon. And then to make it feel like it's light, then I added a lighter value on the inside to make it like more luminescent, like that. And I have it trail off because, like, you know, there's gonna be a direction where the light will fade, right? And so as long as I have this emanating light, and then as it fades off, it'll read like a ribbon, like a light ribbon. Any tips on coloring glittery clothes or just reflective clothes in general? Hi, Applejack. Oh boy, you're being lovey. So glittery clothes, do you mean like... Applejack, get out of the way. You're being a nuisance sometimes.
You want to put him down on the ground?
Yeah. Come here.
He's moving our, He's really being a butt.
Yeah. But you don't mean to. You just want to have attention, don't
He
you?
just wants attention.
You
He's
want
like, I had my
attention.
squishy foam panel stolen.
So shiny, reflective clothes. Do you mean like literally like metallic kind of clothing,
No!
or do you mean like?
I dropped the treat and it went under the desk.
Oh
It
no.
went under the little shelf.
If I want to draw glittery clothes, I'll generally start off with, like, let's say this is a skirt.
Glittery clothing?
Yeah. I'll start with like a base color, and then since I really want it to be very luminescent, I would just go in with the base color, and I would take a really, really bright light and just start adding dots. Like, and you would have a shimmer in a certain direction depending on like where the light is hitting. So like if most of my light is going to be in this area, then I would add a lot of texture, like really, really dense texture in that area. And then sometimes you would generally see like really saturated areas where the sparkles are coming from. But yeah, like that already feels very glittery to me. I would not, for me, like I wouldn't go with a bunch of dark and just spickle that everywhere. Unless, I mean, that's what you want. But if you want it like light and airy, then just stick to probably like 2 values and keep it on the lighter side. Glitter dress. Let me look. Like, it's just very difficult to do something like this. It would just basically be a bunch of noise. And he's back. Applejack, what are you doing? You're cute. So like if I were to do something like this, but make it not so noisy, I would just simplify to 1 value. Here's a dress.
You little butt. Quit that. Get that butt out of my face.
If I want a silver dress that's glittery.
No. You're not going back there. No. No. No going behind the computer. There's a bunch of wires back there. Look at him.
Oh.
He's a psychomaniac. No.
You're such a goof.
Yeah, when he's in his mood.
And actually, because it's a very dense pattern in general, like, I wouldn't even bother with ruffles. I would probably just keep all the pattern kind of uniform. Let me
Now
think.
you're trapped. Now you're trapped like this.
Oh, he's purring. Good boy. I hear it too.
Hey, little baby.
It is hard to do glitter though. That's why I always just generally imply it. So like it's totally fine to add glitter on a ruffled skirt. Like I would prioritize the shadow side. Like here's a shadow side of the ruffle. And then here's the lit side. And the lit side is one value. It looks like this. That way we already see that there's a ruffle based on the shadowed side. And then I would kind of use the highlights as a way for direction. Like, oh, here's the peak of the ruffle. I'm going to do the same thing up here. So that way we can still add a little bit of volume.
Tip. Huh.
Like, that works. And if you want, you know, that's totally fine to add a little bit of shadow underneath. I feel like it can still feel like it's a glittery substance. It's just, you see most of the highlights where the light is hitting the top of the surface. But everything starts simple first, and then you would add complexity for the most part. Like, I don't exactly know what kind of glittery dress you're trying to, like, find. Applejack. Come on. Come here. Come back.
You are something else tonight, Applejack. Always trying to get your tail in my mouth.
I got the tail in the mouth. It's funny. You're cute though when you're acting a bit clingy. Oh my.
Homie. Bro, chill.
Okay. Applejack, do you want to get Stay there. He is not.
How are your lines so smooth up close? IBIS Paint close-up pixels show much when you zoom. It's a huge canvas, like 5,000 by 6,000
Yeah, like look
pixels.
how tiny this drawing is on the canvas.
Yeah.
But like that's what a big canvas can do for you.
You need me to put you in timeout, Applejack? Should I go try to distract him with the dinner bowl?
Probably, if you want to. Can you explain color and clothing where the light is directly above?
All right, baby Jack. Let's go find dinner. Let's go find some other kitty to annoy.
It depends on how strong the light is. Directly above, I would need to look up reference for that. As always, just look up reference. So let me think. It's kind of hard. Directly above, like sunlight. Okay. Let me see. And it's a hard. Generally, sunlight. It depends on the lighting scenario, but like I'm guessing you mean something that is probably even more like this. This is like sunlight, and the light looks like it's coming from above, kind of above and behind. You'll generally get a lot of like harsher lit side, so it's sharper, and then everything else would generally be covered in shadow. Like if it's on a sunny day. It's actually a bit more graphic. So like if the light source is up top and it's shining down, you'll see more of this quality. You'll see a lot of the majority of the shirt being in shadow and then only a little bit in light. Because there's a lot of stuff that's like blocking the light, right? And if it's directly above and it's sunlight, it would generally have that quality or effect.
How would you make a rune?
A rune?
I think a lot of different people have different interpretations of runes, but I can do a little thing on that, on the subject of like effects.
Then what I would do is I would design the folds. Like, okay, I know that my tension folds are here and here, and if I want to stretch this a little bit more, I can pull out this lit side a little bit more, and then everything else can be in shadow. Like that feels pretty convincing to me.
Yeah. Well, you did that demo recently. That was lighting from above. The guy with the shirt.
The guy with the shirt.
Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that is lighting from above. Yep.
Like
yeah,
that.
same concept. There's a bit of light and mostly dark. It like cascades down pretty fast. So it's not everything's in light. There's gonna be like a lit side and a shadow side, like a box, like the top of a box.
What's a rune? I think it's like a. It's like a. The heck? How the heck is a rune?
Oh, it's a magic thingy.
Yeah, it's like a magic seal or something,
It's
right?
like an engraving of some sort.
Yeah, maybe some sort of like a magical seal or something, right? There's so many ways to interpret them. I would start off with the surface, right? And then I would probably start by like whatever, designing it out or drawing it. The heck would a rune even look like? I looked up an example. You know, we could have something like this, and inside of here you could maybe get some like some sort of light that comes out like that. What? Let me think. Let me just find like a real one. Not a real one, but like a real good example of one or something. Yeah, they have like Let me do this instead, actually.
Do you sell the brush? We don't sell it, but we do give it away for free. It is on our
Circle?
website, drawinganime.com. It is also on the link in our profile, so you'll find it there.
Whoa, look at that.
Whoa.
That's wild.
That's
I never
sick.
even seen that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold up, I gotta play with this a bit. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. Whoa. How do I make this smaller? Dang it. I'm messing with a symmetry tool. Radial 5. How about that? What if we tried this instead? What if we tried like a radial tool? Like this sort of thing. With 5 points. We make a cheeky little new layer.
Okay.
And then we draw like that. So maybe a rune could look something like...
Whoa, that's
Could
so
look
cool.
something like this, and then maybe we could add like a little circle here, or like 3 circles. I don't know. I'm not gonna design the rune to end all runes here. But maybe we could do, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we can just do something like this for now. Something simple.
That's sick.
And then we'll turn symmetry off. Actually, no, I'm going to keep symmetry on. And then we'll go up here and we'll do the same thing that we did. We'll push the color a little bit and we'll start just kind of making it glow a little bit by kind of filling some of these sections with...
They got a glow from within.
Yeah, maybe something along the lines of that. Like, there's so many ways you could interpret it. And then we'll go up here and we'll do that again, but we'll use a little bit lighter of a value.
It's like magic.
Like that. Maybe this has some things in it. That's probably how I would do a rune. As a starting point, at least. Like, you could render it for hours. But as some sort of a starting point, maybe something along the lines of this. And then I'd squish it onto the ground. Or you could just make it pure white. It doesn't really matter. Turn symmetry off. Just squish it onto the ground. Is like embedded. Yeah, a lot of magic for some reason today.
Add some stones around it.
Yeah. You know, figure out maybe where like this lighting is coming from. I should have drawn this beforehand. Would whatever. It's fine. If I were to do like a rune gig, I've been hired to design a rune of some sort, and so it might be along the lines of like, I mean, if it was a rune, like a concept job for a rune, you'd pretty much just draw them all in side view. You would maybe draw one of these to show the person who has to build it and animate it what would happen, but you'd pretty much draw them all just like in purely side view. But if it's for an illustration, then you would obviously have to make it, you know? Like concept art is so much about the design. Concept art is so about the design that a lot of the time you literally just will do like side views of things, and you'll like give an example of what it would look like on a surface, but you pretty much would just need one example a lot of the time, and then whoever's building it and putting it in the game would do the work of actually making it, you know, in there. Maybe we could get a little bit more gray.
You color stone in, or you paint stone in anime art school too.
Yeah.
That was quite nice.
You know, a little bit gray here and there. We can like kind of jitter the color around a bit. Maybe come in with a little bit of a brush, make a little bit more red, make a little bit more warm. We're just kind of laying foundational groundwork right now. You can have little pebbles and stuff in here. And then we're going to start obviously like sculpting more of what do these individual stones look like? Where are the grooves on the stones? Depends on what your lighting would be. I would certainly come in here with like white.
Make it look extra glowy.
Let's flip the canvas. Yeah, come in here and really make it look extra glowy. Probably reduce the amount of blue on the outside of this and just keep it pretty simple. So I kind of approached it in a dumb way where I got rid of my symmetry, but it's fun to paint things.
Sometimes I'll sometimes design a character using the symmetry tool just to like if I want a symmetrical design, and then once I'll turn it off, I'll be like, crap, it feels so slow now.
Yeah, got to do everything manually.
Yeah.
Maybe like that. Could work. It's a good start.
Bye, Saf.
Lot to do. I would make the probably silhouette of this outside more interesting. I'd probably pop out some of these stones to do a little bit of work for me. Maybe I honestly want to just use the round brush for this.
How would I go about starting to color a person? Find your... Generally, there you would have to understand, like, values. So what I mean by that, like, is, like, the tone of the person. Like, start with your most general, base color. Like, is this person fair, or is this person, like, darker skinned? And that will determine, like, what colors you start with. Do they have, like, a warm or cool tone? Do they have, you know, more like grayish tone? So that will depend. So I would say start with the easiest color that you can fill in first, and then afterwards you can add like shadows and highlights later. That's what I would generally do.
Oops. Yeah, we won't go that bright. Come down a little bit. come up a little bit and value and start adding some of the wear, smoothness to some of the edges. Because remember, like, people walk over this. At least that's the plan if this is going to blow up.
Oh.
And so maybe we can start adding a little bit of edge wear here and there, showing like, oh, people walk on this. Their boots and shoes have worn down the edges, so they get a little bit more shiny. Things tend to get lighter in value on the edges, corners, wood, metal. Metal loses paint. Rocks get smooth at peaks. So we can kind of start bringing it in like that. Like, little bits of knowledge will really help you paint. You just go, wait a second. So you're telling me that if I've got a rock and it has a peak, it tends to get lighter around the edge of this because people's shoes scrape on it and smooth it out?
I didn't even know that.
A lot of the time. And so you just add that little effect and it'll make it look, it'll kind of just make it feel right. Not all the time, a lot of the time. I mean, oh my gosh, if you look at things that are wood, paint scratched away, it's smoothed out a lot. And then you look at these dark areas and you kind of just can like design them out and interconnect them. Put a rock in there. Can fill some little, put some little gubbins in the areas between them. Like, obviously, I'm kind of trying to paint as fast as possible for the sake of keeping the speed of the demonstration, but
Grass?
I'll experiment with it. And this is pretty ambiently lit, right? That could be kind of cute. Like, have little grasses coming out.
For Procreate, do you guys have any good line art brushes with a faded end? I don't generally do a lot of line. The only line work that I do is very opaque,
really.
and I just use the syrup brush. But other than that, I don't know. I think our brush, the one that Colton is currently using, has that faded end, and it also can work for line work if you want.
I'm just using basic round right now.
Oh, you're just using basic round? Oh, yeah, that works too.
Then we can put our little pockets in there. Keep it interesting. It's just like a really generic stone path or something. Obviously, the rune isn't about the path. It's about the rune. It's like, that's probably how I'd paint a rune.
That's cool.
You know, I didn't really plan my layers very well, so I'd have to kind of use my selection tool and...
By the way, if you guys want to learn how to do this stuff, understand materials, understand just doing stuff like this really effortlessly, like later on, you can check out our school. We have classes online. We have our anime art school, which is basically a college alternative for those who want to take art seriously. So yeah, you can check that out on our LinkedIn profile.
Could be a little rune.
Or go to drawanime.com.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I have a painting class online, and I teach a lot of this stuff. I paint wood, I paint metal, I paint grass, I paint a lot of stuff. We got examples.
Yep. Got examples.
Other than the one I just painted, but
yeah, but like
these
this
are
is the stuff.
These are actual examples from my class where I paint a bunch of different stuff. So like this kind of stuff, I teach you the basics of rendering, calculating cast shadows, color theory, implying detail. There's like cast shadow stuff.
Rendering primitive forms and stuff. And this is like the fundamentals of art, you know.
Yeah.
Lighting.
That's you know, important stuff if you want to be able to render and light things.
Look at that.
Like that. That's painted with just the basic round brush like I'm doing right now.
Yep.
I'm not really explaining any of what I'm doing here, but in my class I do explain it.
Yeah. And he also explains how to color, paint environments and stuff in different lighting scenarios. So I would say it's like a very versatile program where, like, basically almost all the questions that you guys have asked on stream, like the majority of questions we answer on that school and go through in way more depth. So, yeah, it is on our website, drawanime.com. It is the yellow button on our website. So yeah, you can go check that out there. How would metal work on light?
Metal work onto light? I'm not sure what that means.
I mean, like, how would light? I don't know how would you light metal? Is that what you're saying? It depends on like how soft or how rough or how smooth the metal is.
Uh-oh, Applejack's
He's
back.
back.
We could just, integrate this into the environment a little bit. Act like it kind of fades off in some way. That could be fun. Like, that's more of a design thing. Like, what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of creating a more interesting silhouette to integrate it. Like, this is exactly what I used to do in concept art all the time. You just do this kind of stuff. Make it look nice.
How do I draw a cute tiger like a cartoon style? I just can't with the realistic. I'm not very experienced with drawing animals. Like, so I'm not exactly sure. I could try. But it will also require things like understanding.
Excuse me, sir. Hey.
He's so goofy.
That's my juice. It looks like he's decided to head to his nest.
Look at that.
So good, bro.
Good black tea. Who's using the rune? I don't know. This is a random rune.
I don't know.
We don't have a character that can use runes. Honestly, that's really nice looking rocks.
You just make a lit side and a
Shadowed
non-lit side. Like, this is really ambiently lit. Like, this does not have hard lighting on it at all. You could definitely come in here and add like the effect of dappled lighting or something, not that.
Starlight, we have a tutorial on actually coloring hair. That's like a 3-part series. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel. I actually think it's quite comprehensive. Like I teach how to color of different types of hair colors, like black, blonde, and ginger, I think. So you can go check that out on our YouTube channel.
You could do like dappled lighting on this. That would be kind of cool.
Pretty.
I would probably want to take this and maybe make it like a.
Ooh. Okay,
like
the gray background. The YouTube channel is Draw Anime Academy. It's the same name as our TikTok. Colton also has a drawing fundamentals video on YouTube as well. It's 2 hours long, but it's basically like the basics of art in 2 hours. So you can also look at that. It talks about rendering and lighting and stuff like that on there as well. What program do y'all use? Colton is using Photoshop right now.
Yeah, I'm just painting in Photoshop at the moment. Could do like a cheeky little dappled light or like a light falling across the stone. Doesn't even really matter where you put it too much. Like, I probably wouldn't have it go across because there's the rune that's already there. I might like mess with like what direction do I want it to go.
Oh, that one's pretty too.
The rune's kind of smack dab right in the middle of it. I don't want it to compete too much. But if I were to add dappled light, I would just do it like that. It'd just be like dimensionally kind of casting it over the surface. And of course, this would be like, this part right here would be overexposed. It's kind of an underexposed image, so anything that's really bright is going to be blown out, and anything that's kind of dim is going to have my value range.
Do you have any good and normal prices for drawing tablets, or know any good normal prices for drawing tablets?
Normal prices for drawing tablets? I'm not sure. You'd have to look around. I'm not an expert on it. I don't really buy a lot of drawing tablets. What? Oh, I thought I was erasing.
It's probably a better question to ask for Google.
It's a good Google question.
Because the only tablets that we use is Wacom.
Yeah, although we might be getting like a Huion tablet sponsorship, so we may be trying that and reviewing it, but not sure yet. be kind of fun.
I think that looks wonderful. How would light reflect metal?
How would light reflect metal? You mean
Or metal reflect light?
Yeah. Metal is weird. It's like a weird material. It's not like other materials. So generally what happens is light penetrates the surface of something.
It's not like other materials.
Yeah, light is that quirky, not like other materials. So just keep that in mind.
I love that so
Metal
much.
is interesting in that it doesn't absorb light. It just kind of bounces off of the surface. So like most materials, like the light will go a little teeny bit inside of it and then come back out. But metal, it just right off of the surface. So
It's like a shield that
yeah,
off.
it's kind of like a shield. I don't really feel like doing a metal rendering demo right now, but
Oh.
there it goes. In the past, I did a little bit of metal rendering.
Runner.
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
The cylinders.
Oh
one.
yes, I will go find that.
It should be
right
here.
there.
That one, like that's kind of polished metal. But essentially, metal becomes its environment. Like that's kind of sick, honestly, sounding like metal becomes the environment. So like any colors from the environment get transferred. Like it's very much like a mirror. It's very much like you take a
warped
mirror, yeah, like a mirror, and you like wrap it around the surface. But I would say the best way to learn how to render anything is to do still lives of the material.
Do you have any art courses?
Yes.
So glad you asked. Yes, we do.
We do. We have an online school.
Mm-hmm. Anime Art School. It
Yep.
basically covers the fundamentals of art. Like heads and faces is also kind of more towards like an anime style, but you know, there's also a lot of classes that aren't anime style. There's like realistic ones like anatomy, clothing drawing, perspective, and all that stuff. So here's just some of the examples: how to draw eyes and features, how to make your own characters and color skin, hairstyles, illustrations of your own characters that you make in the classes. You know, here's some anatomy demos. So this is like a full-on like fundamentals class, full-on fundamentals art program. Here is the stuff that Colton does, which is perspective and environments. He also teaches the material and rendering class and painting class. So a lot of this stuff we basically walk through with you step by step from the beginning. Here's clothing rendering, clothing drawing.
Yeah. It's essentially a college. Like you take a lot of the same classes that you would take if you were to go to a college. Like they're 14-week long classes. You learn everything from the very basics. So like this is super fundamental, right? Like anatomy starting with proportion, or lighting objects starting with primitive form rendering, and then moving on to calculating cast shadows and getting into more complicated stuff like colors and materials and all that. You know, I teach a lot of the perspective, 1, 2, 3 point. We go into environment painting, and I'll set up these little examples of like, here's the colors that I'm going to use in my piece. And we've got the warm sunlight, the cool skylight. It influences the shadows and the lights. We've got bluish atmosphere. And so then we take that and we apply it to
a painting.
Yeah, like a painting, an environment. And so that one is like that, but this one is completely different. This one's like, I've got cool light from the moon. I've got warm shadows. It's low key. And so that's what the second one looks like. And then the third one is like a rainy environment. So this stuff is very process driven. It's like a very logical process driven way to do it. And I teach that in my class.
How
my
much
painting class.
does this cost?
So the program for the whole entire year, long, 7 different classes, is $497.
$497 US.
Yes, and it'll take you probably more than a year to get through. I'd be very surprised if you get through it in a year. But like I said, it's like a college replacement type program. It's not like a course. It's for people who are like really serious about getting better and they want to invest some like major time into developing their skills. Then that's for you, for sure. But it's not a how I draw in my style or how I draw a certain thing in a certain way. Like there's a little bit of that, but they're foundation classes, very much foundation classes.
It's definitely not like a stylistic type, program at all. But with we're very passionate about teaching like from the basics, because the only way that you can stylize something is understanding it thoroughly. Like for instance, if you want to draw like a cute tiger, you would have to understand a lot of things like shape language and like how to cutify things and how to make things not look like realistic. For example, like if I were to look at a tiger like this, and this looks intimidating, well, I wouldn't look at all the patterns. I would look at the overall shape. Like, okay, what is the shape of the ears and the head? Like, what can I do to cutify this thing? You know, I think that this is actually a better image. We can actually, you know, stylize it a lot more. So, like, for instance, if I want to stylize this head, I can see that the bottom of the head looks a little bit wider than from the top. I know that there's these roundish ears, big nose, and a cat mouth. And if I want to cutify it, it really depends. Like if you want to go ultra cutesy, which is like, you know, cute little bear eyes. And, you know, adding the patterns to make it feel more like a tiger. But I'm doing this like really, really quickly, so it's not going to look like the most accurate. But these are the things that I would think about, like as you stylize. But this would be way harder if you just didn't really know where to tackle it at all. You would have to understand the fundamentals. So yeah. Anyways, we can go back to Colton's lovely rune painting because it looks way better.
Yeah, I'm messing just a little bit with like not dappled light so much, but kind of just like light streaks or something across it. And we could even do something just like, come on. Yeah, if I were to do runes, like you want to make it look good. See, like now the funny thing is that the rune design is terrible compared to the rest of it. So I would just completely paint out the rune and redraw it from scratch.
That's wild. Thank you. How would you make something more scary than it is?
It would be in the shape design. I mean, people have reactions to scary things for specific reasons, like visceral things, very sharp and dangerous looking things. You could lean into certain phobias.
Certain phobias for sure.
You know, people don't like spiders. People don't like, you know, certain bugs and creatures. Like there's a lot of directions that you can take. Spiny, bony things. Like, I mean, just take, for example, like the Lion King, right? Like, how did they make the scary area that the hyenas live in? They chose a very specific color palette. They had a bunch of bones and spikes everywhere. It was creepy. You don't know what's hiding around the corner. You would lean into certain things that people find scary, probably.
Mm-hmm. Psychologically.
Yeah, and then you'd probably create like a reference or mood board. I would. And then use that specific reference in order to make people absolutely terrified.
Mm-hmm. Or you can make something terrifying but give a cute face.
Yeah, I do not draw a lot of horror art. But like Uncanny Valley, people find really scary.
Yeah.
So like anything that looks off, like human but not quite human, and it's like uncanny. There's like a term called Uncanny Valley, where things enter a certain territory of they have a likeness to humans, but they're not quite right. There's something off about them that gets into really scary territory a lot of the time with people.
Look at this.
That's silly. She's drawing like creepy.
I drew a creepy thing with a cute face on it. I think that's kind of fun. Those kind of character designs or creature designs are kind of funny to me.
Ooh, fun.
I
haven't drawn something like this in a little while.
I really like that. It looks good. Bye, Lau.
Have a good one. My old art director added me on LinkedIn recently, like a couple days ago. Yeah, Jonas. He was my art director on a couple of different projects, but he art directed a lot of Borderlands stuff.
I didn't know that you had a LinkedIn.
Yeah, I don't use it. I had to go reset my password and everything in order to log in. I don't use my LinkedIn.
It's funny. Nice that he followed you though.
He like connected with me.
Oh, that's
I don't know what
nice.
it's called. I don't really use LinkedIn. He like connected.
Kyle, I'd like to connect.
Connections.
Oh, sure.
Sure, I guess.
Whatever that means.
Clouds are tricky, especially when it's at night or a sunset.
Yeah, clouds are interesting materials. They're sort of like snow. Clouds absolutely hate to change a value. So you're usually going to get a really, 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 really limited value range in your clouds. I'm talking like the light and the dark side of clouds are not that light and they're not that dark. Like the dark side of the cloud is not very dark. At least in the daytime. I wish I was better at drawing clouds. I should honestly invest some time into doing some decent studies of clouds and develop my cloud abilities. You know someone who's really good at painting clouds?
What?
John Liberto.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, the clouds he paints are the clouds he paints are so gorgeous. Yeah, I'll try to.
Whoa. Oh, I like that one down there.
That
too.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he paints some really good looking clouds. He's one of my absolute favorite artists. He had a tutorial a long time ago that I bought that was on painting clouds, and
Really?
see like this.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it even has a sunset in it.
Yeah, this was. I don't think the tutorial's online anymore, but this was his like little thing from the tutorial. He's so good at painting clouds, dude. I'll find some more of his clouds. Let's go back. I mean, so many of these have clouds in some way. Let me try to find like some pretty sick ones. This one's pretty cool.
Oh, that one's really cool.
This is a piece of his. And you can just see like he has a really good understanding of painting clouds and those textures. I'll find another one. Here's one.
Oh, that one's very nice too. Oh, cute.
So he's got some like clouds and stuff in the background. I don't think he really paints a lot of just clouds. This one has some pretty nice clouds too.
That one I love. So simple.
Yeah, but like you can see that the values between the light and the dark side are just not that much. Like there's a value group, but if you even compare it to something like this, it's not even it's so it's all value grouped inside of the clouds, right? You could get some like really dark areas of the clouds and like the rainy parts, but for the most part they stay relatively light. They transmit a lot of light through them.
Well, yeah, because they're kind of like transparent in a way. Like they're very soft, so it's easy for light to like continue passing through it.
Yeah, he had a Patreon for a while, and then he took it down because he just wasn't that active on it, and he didn't want to charge people. Like here was another piece that he did. Some pretty cool clouds in the background, kind of Ghibli type stuff. Like this is such a good example to me of how really strong foundation gives you the ability to change your style whenever you want. So this is a painting of his. This is another painting of his. So like he will draw this top one day, and then this bottom one the next day. Just, he's so good at painting. Oh my gosh, his stuff is so good. Like
so versatile.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did a bunch of the cover art for Astroneer. Yeah, this is his work.
I wonder if that's a fun game. Looks like it.
It's cute. I watched a playthrough of it. Remember, Let's Game It Out was like I ended reality in Astroneer or something.
Actually, I do remember that video.
Here's another piece of his.
Lovely.
He worked on a lot of the Halo games. Like
So
Halo
cool.
4, Halo 5. This is actually... I guess he doesn't
that's so
explain which one that is.
inspiring.
Yeah. Here's another piece of his. Check this out, dude. This is sick.
Who's the artist? John Wallen Liberto.
Yes, John Wallen Liberto. Or you could just look up John Liberto.
Liberto, like liberty, but with the O at the end.
This guy. One of my favorite artists. Super nice dude.
Oh.
He's funny.
Wait, I want to see the beluga whale guy on the right.
Oh, this dude.
Beluga guy? Oh, that's funny.
Baloo guy.
Oh, that's funny. Like a cyberpunk. Now, I wish cyberpunk looked like this.
That's funny.
That's goofy.
Bro, what a... Yeah, and he just straight up paints all this stuff with, like, the basic round.
Really? This is all the basic round?
A lot of it.
What?
Or, like, some form of a basic brush. He uses the clone brush a lot, too. He'll, like, color sample a piece. Or I don't even use it, like, at all. It's like, you go over here to your brush. Huh? Or like
Stamp?
the clone stamp tool. So you like, yeah, he does like that. It's weird. He'll like grab it and he'll go like paint somewhere else. He'll
Oh.
paint different parts of his painting with different parts of his painting. It's crazy. Yeah. I used to
works.
I used to be on his Patreon and he would talk a lot about that kind of stuff. But I mean the guy, you know, he's rock solid foundation. Like a beginner could never do that. Ooh, that's a sick one. Evangelion.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like a really big Akira fan. He must be as big of an Akira fan as like
Gene?
Gene, yeah. He's a really good spaceship and mech designer. Like he does that stuff for fun. Like what he does professionally is he worked on Halo and that series for a long time. Oh, and he's like a big dinosaur fan too. So he'll like paint dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs and mechs. That's
Yeah,
so boyish.
he'll
Love
do
it.
this kind of stuff.
He's
But
still a
did
boy
I
at
ever show
heart.
you the his cute stuff?
No, I've never seen the cute stuff.
Yeah, he does like
Jelly?
little cute things like this. He did a bunch of the designs for Oculus when that first came out, like the Oculus Rift, the first one.
Cute stuff, grungy stuff, mech stuff.
Oh, here it is. He designed this guy.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Like this retro little flying mech robot thing.
Way adorable.
Yeah.
I just got on the stream. Did you draw that?
No,
No.
I didn't. This
These
is
are- these are just-
this
that's
is
from an artist.
Liberto's work.
He did draw the rune though.
No, I drew like a rune earlier. This guy. This is the guy's name that I'm showing the work of. No, this guy's super good.
Okay, so good.
I only dream of being at this guy's level someday. He does really sick cyberpunk stuff as well.
Oh, that's sick.
No, I've been working on this right now. My little rune.
Cute little rune.
Yeah. And then I was doing this earlier. Yeah, that's a sick cyberpunk piece, dude. I would so take a mentorship from this guy.
How much is a mentorship?
I don't know, probably like an arm and a leg.
Maybe you can ask him and then maybe we can save up for it.
People don't realize just the insane versatility of like professional artists. Like they draw what they want because they like it, but they could get hired on projects to work in almost any style. Like I'm not even really that good, and I have a really versatile. Like I could work on so many different projects. I did work on so many different projects. Like just going straight from like a grungy AAA first-person shooter to like Bakugan cards.
Mm-hmm. And Ender Lilies or Ender.
Ender Zion, yeah, like a Japanese side scroller game. And you'll do like really stylized like stuff that they'll build. Like remember Kevin was on those Grinch Stole Christmas mall.
Yes, I do remember
like the
that.
mall expo things.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Foundation is it. That's why it's called Foundation, right? It's like it's super fundamental. Colton got me drawing runes now. I'm glad that I could have you drawing runes, Dahlia. Liberto's so good. I really like how Liberto, he's got this really realistic kind of feel, but he's really good at using like fun colors. His colors are very fun. They maintain this really like saturated fun quality while also being kind of like realistic.
Oh yeah, we talk about Yuming's artwork a lot on streams.
Yeah, we've done our fair share of breaking down Yuming's work. I went through his class, most of it, like 90% of it. I have a little bit left to do. It's good. The problem is like with a lot of like really high level artists is a lot of the time they don't teach foundation. They teach like other relatively high level artists to get better. Like they'll have mentorships, and their mentorships will be to like, you know, take people at like Christina and my level to a higher level. But a lot of the artists, they don't really have stuff for people who are getting started, and that's why we built our school, is because I just felt like there weren't a lot of foundation schools out there. Like there's a lot of classes on like, here's my tips and tricks to how I make really awesome paintings or drawings, but it's not foundation. Like it doesn't teach you perspective. It doesn't teach you
like from the beginning type stuff.
like beginning stuff. You'd have to go to like a college or a school a lot of the time to learn that sort of thing. So I'm just like, well, that's dumb. So we built our school. Because there's a lot of people who want to get started. I mean, there's like foundation classes out there to an extent. Like you can take individual classes and brainstorm, but like a 10-week or 8-week class will run you $700, $800, $900. And it's like, you take 10 classes, that's $8,000, that's $8,000, you know? And so we wanted to price ours really well for people who are on a smaller budget. So you get like an entire year's worth of education for $500 versus like an 8-week class for like $800.
YouTube's got many vids about it, but it's not that deep into it. Yeah, I agree. And they're so
scattered.
They're very scattered. It's like, yes, there was like, you got channels like Gene Bond who has like really, really in-depth stuff about perspective.
His stuff is really disorganized.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta dig through like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of live streams. You'll spend 20, 30, 40 hours just like trying to find episode 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because it's so disorganized, but it's like, it's really good work for sure.
It is.
I kind of wish Gene would make like an absolute beginner playlist that goes all the way to like the really advanced stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It's like just perspective, right? And there are really good artists on YouTube, absolutely, and things tend to be very separated. Like YouTube is a huge platform. Anybody in the world can upload a video whenever they want for free. So like people who aren't vetted, like people who are not like, I don't know, it's hard to vet, especially as a beginner. You're just like, does this person know what they're talking about? Is this the type of thing that I should be learning? I think like one of the best investments that someone can make is like a mentorship with someone who knows what they're talking about, just to kind of get them started on the right track. If they want to become like a professional artist or make a living off of it or whatever. I really do like Gene's content. He's a very good artist. There's a lot of good artists on YouTube though.
There are.
But it's so separate. Like it's so broken up. There isn't like as long as I just go forward and go through the lessons, I will learn. Like you have to be very active about your own education when it comes to YouTube, and you may find a video that gives you bad advice and you won't even know it. And like, I mean, a lot of people on YouTube who make educational content, like they've never really worked before. Heck, they couldn't even get hired, like, in a lot of art jobs. Of course, you got, like, really good artists. Like, Mark Brunette's really good. Cynics is super good. Sam Does Art is pretty good, you know? Like, you've got some pretty high-level artists on YouTube. But then you have people with a massive amount of subscribers who just make really entertaining videos, but I don't really think that the education quality is all that high. But that's the good part of YouTube as well. Anybody can do whatever they want on it.
Yeah. It's not necessarily like a skill or merit based. It's like, can you make a good can you make like an entertaining video? Then yeah, you got it.
But I mean, I think the exact same way about colleges. Like, there's so many professors teaching in art and design colleges, and they're just so not qualified to teach it. Like, you got people teaching students who are paying tens of thousands of dollars to attend college, and the professors, I've like never even worked a single time in their life professionally as an artist. Like, they've never done any of that. Like, it's very disappointing, because like, you got a bunch of people who are really trusting it going into college, and then they graduate and they can't find work, and nobody's hiring them. Nobody ever returns any of their calls.
Yeah, and they're like, and they wonder why, because they paid for this program that would guarantee work. But yeah, that's the, I mean, that's kind of life for you.
Yeah, there are good design schools out there. But it's a pretty hard world. Like, it's pretty crazy, and the skill level is so high these days to like get employed in different industry jobs and stuff. I think one of the best things someone could do is just like go to Lightbox and ask a lot of professional artists, how should I get started, and then actually do what they say.
Does watching a lot of tutorials of anatomy help improve me?
No.
Nope. You will improve if you watch a tutorial and you do a bunch of the actual work. Then you will improve.
Pretty much the only way to improve is to actually draw. Tutorials are not going to hurt you unless you get analysis paralysis and you get sucked into the world of just watching a bunch of stuff and not doing it. But pretty much the only way to improve is to practice. It's like saying, does watching a bunch of videos of people working out in the gym help me get stronger? It doesn't.
No.
You get stronger because your muscles break down and build back stronger. The only way to do that is by pushing yourself. So, like, the only way to get better at drawing is to actually draw. It honestly doesn't even matter what you draw a lot of the time. You'll still get better. There's ways to, like, min-max it, for sure. Like, there's people who get good so fast, but they put in a lot of hours. There's no shortcut. I would say the one exception to that rule is maybe like a professional artist who already has a lot of experience could watch a video and learn a new tip or workflow that will change the way they approach something, and it will help them get better. But that's more about, like, say there's a runner and they learn a new breathing technique to use while they run. Like, if they're not a good runner already, it won't really help a lot. Watching tutorials is very fun, though.
It's like, it makes you feel like you're doing something productive, and you are. It's just, it's not going to help you in the way that you think it's going to help you. You know what I mean? It's like, I can talk about anatomy all day, and you can like be like, yeah, I get it.
Oh my gosh,
but you still gotta draw it.
Like, you can memorize the names of muscles and stuff without drawing.
Oh yeah, you can know like generally where the placement is. But then your drawing ability also has to catch up with the understanding, right? That's why drawing's hard.
Yeah. That's the first time you've drawn her in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. Here's my finished rune demo.
Ooh, very nice.
I didn't save any layers, really.
No, he didn't.
I don't like this rock. There.
I don't like this rock. I don't know, the way he said it was really funny to me. Yeah, there's like it's like a hit or miss when it comes to certain anatomy. Like, depends on like, is their work good? I mean, sometimes people who do have good work, it's hard to teach, like, because teaching is also another skill.
I hate anatomy. I look up a vid about it, but the person is not even explaining it in a good way. Find a new video.
Find a new video.
There's so many anatomy resources out there. It's not even funny. But like, the best way to learn anatomy is to just start trying to draw it. There are so many resources, so many books, so many videos, so many tutorials and tips and everything.
I got inspired by your light demo thingy with the crazy stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll draw this character again.
It's fun.
I haven't drawn in like
Tips
forever.
on double lights. There's like a glowing thing in front of the sun, but on the side, it's not gonna look glowing. Like, think about if you in real life had like, you were looking at the sun and there was a glowing thing off to the side a little bit. Your eyes are way, way, way better than the amount of value that you have on like a computer screen or a piece of paper. So you're just gonna have to. You're probably gonna have to make certain sacrifices in the value department to show, like, because if you make the glowing thing brighter than the sun, then you're gonna have to really, 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 really increase the exposure. You know, or you can like fake it and really stylize it, but it still kind of takes that knowledge. Just remember, the sun's really bright, and so if you want something to look bright next to the sun, it usually won't look very bright because the sun is so bright. So you kind of have to find a way to like finesse it and make it kind of achieve that effect.
I wonder, I don't even know if that glowing even works really well. It can also just look good like this too. This makes it feel brighter though. That thing looks cursed. That's horrible looking. I'd make it my familiar though. If the time comes and it can actually protect me.
One thing that's actually a pretty big deal to learn how to paint is the rate at which light falls off. It's really fast. Like, it starts very bright and then it falls off really fast. So like fire on a hand, for example, like what you're asking about, you have to understand that like the further something gets away from a light source, the faster it gets like not light. It's not like it's like an exponential or like a logarithmic thing almost. It's like 99, it's like 100% light, 99%, 98%, 90, 50, 10, 0. It's like super, super, super fast. So if the fire is close to the hand, it lights it really, really, really bright.
I should do red.
That's why like a candle doesn't light up a room.
Good point.
Like, you put something close to a candle and you can read like a book, but if you take the candle like away, you can't read the book if the candle is on the other side of the room. Like, light falls off extremely fast. And so you'll have this immediate area around the light that's very well lit, and then as things get further away, they get darker very, very fast.
Like,
and
there's generally a halo.
Cat hair in the air.
Cat hair in the air.
Yeah, and so I don't really remember what I was saying, but yeah, basically things get dark fast.
Like, you'll probably see the palm be lit, but then everything else can will generally take a back seat. It'll like get dark really fast. Like assuming there's also other light that's showing the hand and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be brighter, do you think?
Not necessarily. It depends how bright the flame is.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. How long have we been live anyways? 2 hours and 15 minutes? Bro. I'm going to head off soon and watch class because even though it's 10 o'clock at night, I'm still going to watch this art class because it's really good. How do you choose the color of the skin in the dark? I think she just chose like much darker, warm color.
Yeah.
It's actually not that important.
It's not like this like scientific crazy algorithm that I think. I just, what I do is I'm like, okay, skin. I mean, how do I say this? It just looks very dim. But as long as you have like some sort of warmth, like whether if it's like a dark orangish red, like it'll look like skin. And also the context of it will
It's
still
a
feel like
hand.
skin. It's a hand. I mean, it's got to look like skin, right?
Yeah, and you could probably get some subsurface scattering. So you'd probably come in here and do something like
But
this.
you'll
and maybe
notice-
just around the edge.
Actually, I want to look at this, and you can do your thing.
You might get like that kind of vibe, right? It's kind of intense, but like could tone it down a little bit. The thumb would probably get it.
Well, that's a nice picture, actually.
Oops. What picture? Yeah, that's pretty nice. It depends on what the exposure of your camera is.
Yeah.
Because, like, what you're really doing is you're emulating real life, right?
Okay, that's sick.
Like, you know, I made the subsurface scattering really intense. It
No, but
probably
I
wouldn't
like
be that
it.
intense.
Like, if you look at this here, for example, this image, like everything basically in this image, everything that's in shadow is just black. So like, you'll see very like a small hint of the skin tone, but you can't really like. Yeah, I can probably tell that this is like a tanner skin tone.
Yeah.
But
there's no bounce light in this scene.
Yeah.
So no light is filling the shadows.
yeah, no light is filling shadow. So it's basically just like black, dark.
The only reason you can see in the shadows is because there's some sort of a bounce light.
Like this one, for example, has bounce light around it. That's why
Yeah.
you can actually see like parts of her body.
So you make the decision how much.
Yeah.
You make the decision how much bounce light. You make the decision what the color of the bounce light is. So in reality, you can make the skin pretty much any color in the shadow. Just make sure that you keep the logic consistent and it'll be believable.
Yeah. Like to me, it looks like the background is like a cool tone, right? But the light is very warm. So the thing that's in the light is very, very warm, and then things in contrast, like in the dark, like this shadow here is very, very cool in comparison. But like that's depending on the environment too, and it's also exponentially way darker. But that's just because it's like a candle, right? Like it just gets dark really fast, as Colton said.
As long as the shapes that you're using are right and there's some sort of a consistent logic to it, you can get away with pretty much anything. Like, who's to say there isn't another purple light under the hand?
Oh yeah,
Or
like,
who's to say, who's to say you don't have a light down here that's like that, right?
It's a
And you're
vacuum
getting,
effect.
and then all of the purple is filling like the shadow, like that.
gorgeous.
Right? You could, and if the logic is consistent, people would go, "Oh, I believe it." It's a little bit bright,
It's sick though. I love it. Absolutely.
right? And
That's
as
so
long as the shapes are right, it would work like a black light under the person's hand. You could go, you could light a candle, you could hold it in your hand, and you could take a black light and shine it under your hand, and you could take a photo of it. You could, and it would make the shadowed side of the hand purple, and
like that.
people would be like, "Oh, that looks like a photo."
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was real.
But you know what I mean? And like, as long as it's the shape, if it's the right shape, you can get away with it. As long as there's a logic to it, it
It's
could
like
be
a
a blue light, it could be a
sandwich.
green light, it could be a purple light, it could be a whatever. And it's like as long as people believe the consistency, like as long as you're consistent with the logic, you can do whatever you want.
We can even do green light.
And like that's why people spend so much time learning Foundation, right? Because it basically allows them to know the logic so they can change it to whatever they want.
It's kind of cool though.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that blue. It's sick.
And it would work.
Like, let's say this is like water.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Like glowing water.
Glowing water.
Oh. And now you're having that really nice warm cool contrast, which
Ain't
is
that
also
pretty?
like aesthetic. And because the blue is interacting with the hand and the red is interacting with the hand, the colors feel integrated and it makes
Yeah.
sense and it looks good.
And things that are glowing like to emit a haze of some sort. So like that's why I also added like a kind of a blue haze, and then it just disappears towards
Yeah,
the
that's fun.
towards the bottom. That's kind of fun.
Like a lot of the time people will go like, what color is something or what color should it be? You can make any color.
Yeah.
Like literally you can make any colors look good together. They just have to be integrated with each other.
They just have to fuse a little bit.
Yeah, they
Merge.
mesh together.
Mesh
They crisscross, they merge,
They interact. They talk
overlap.
To each other. Yeah.
Like you could have a neon city at night and you could have green neon signs and red brake lights and they're all reflecting off of the ground together and it would look awesome. It's like green and red or like complementary colors, right? Or you could have purple signs and red brake lights. You could have blue signs and red brake lights. You could have yellow signs and red brake lights. You could have yellow lights on the cars. Or you could have like red brake lights, blue signs, and an orange car, or in like a blue car, and like because all of the colors mix together and are integrated. Oh, I'll literally just find this example. So here's an example
it.
of like that Liberto made, right? Here's a flying car. Let me take this out and turn that off. So like here's a flying car. You've got like this blue in the background, this kind of like light blue. You've got these red brake lights. It's like a dark car. There's some green right here. But you can see that the way that this integrates, this bluish light, like light blue light, reflects off of the car. And the environment really comes together and works. And you can even see there's like hints of it on the upward facing surfaces here, upward facing surfaces here. The red and the brake lights and like the whatever those are, like driving lights, right? It's reflecting right here. And so you've got like the blue mixing with the red. And so the whole scene feels very cohesive because there's a consistent logic to the color. And so he could have made that a green light, it would have looked sick. He could have made that a purple light, it would have looked sick.
Oh, that's so cool.
He could have made this any color, and as long as they're like, unified.
If you have a little bit of color in there and a little bit of color that color into somewhere else.
Yeah, it looks sick, right? Like, look at here's the Eva. I think that's it. Eva. I don't really watch what is this from? Evangelion, yeah. But like, you got the green, you got the purple, you've got the yellow, you've got red, but they're all integrated together logically with the light and the shadow. And so it makes sense and it looks awesome. He could have made this any color and it would have looked good. So like what I'm thinking about colors, that's the sort of thing that I think about is like, it can be any color, just make sure your logic is consistent. This one's got a lot of colors in it too. You've got the pipes that are kind of like a reddish. You've got like this yellow here. This guy's got like yellow and like this kind of like greenish, like very cool greenish hat thing on. Blue, you got like some blue up here and here. Green. But you can see that green interacting with the yellow right here. And you can see the blue interacting with these parts. Like they're all working together. And so it's like a very unified, cohesive scene, even though it's all painted.
Wow. That looks like something you do.
He can pretty much use any color he wants as long as they're making sense contextually together.
Who's the artist? Someone else?
This is Liberto as well.
Oh, okay. John Liberto.
Yeah. But anyways.
I'll just show you a bit of a test right here. So all I did
Yeah,
was...
the artist is John Liberto.
Yeah. So all I did was I drew June on one of our characters, and then I put a dark kind of background that's just arbitrary. Like I just did a blue dark background, and so that is my environment. So basically, what I did here was I just chose any color and I just chose that as the light. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna choose a light color. Let's say we'll do pink, because pink and blue is cool, and that's gonna be like this intense color is gonna be like my light. So then all I'm going to do is like, okay, I'm picking this color. Here's my lit side. I want this to be like a light coming from the top. So I'm just going to put in this pure color right in here. Because like I can argue like this is a very, very strong light. So that means we'll see a lot of this color reflecting onto her face. And then afterwards, I kind of just blend this color in with the blue to like associate it with like the lighting and stuff. To make it kind of like slightly tinted to that certain color. And it still reads as skin. Like, I didn't necessarily pick a skin tone for this. I just blended it into the environment. And it still feels pretty decent. Like, and then as always, like if I want to, not as always, but if I wanted to add a bit more warmth, I can by just adding a bit more like extra oranges in here. And it feels believable for the most part. Add like a tealish green, perhaps.
Color is the thing that's the most flexible, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one of the most flexible, most like varied things. You can choose literally any color. It's just your brain just has to go, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a blue light. Yeah, I can see a reflection on the car. It's like a blue. It makes it more blue. Yeah.
It doesn't take very much for the brain to be like, oh, that feels believable. But you got to have like a lot of training.
Yeah.
And a lot of finessing to be like, oh, does that feel believable or not? I don't necessarily like how I did this, but like I'll probably make the transition like smoother if I wanted to make it more like aesthetic, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. I think Craig Mullins, I took a class from Craig Mullins and he was basically just like, if the shapes are right, the colors and even the values don't really matter that much. Like shapes are your number one, are the most important thing by far. Like if the shape is not correct, no color, no value will save it.
You can say like, okay, well maybe there's like a lighter haze. Have it integrate with the background.
No matter what color you make a square, it will never be a circle. Literally. Like you can't make a square any color to turn it into a circle.
That's
you can
true.
try.
Yeah. I don't look too bad actually. It's kind of nice, and then I can add a bit of extra light in here. It's kind of neat.
If Stuff Maybe was here, she'd quote that.
No matter what color you make a square, it will never be a circle.
Like it's so obvious. Like it's so obvious. Like it's like, well, duh. But it's like, yet that's how we like draw. We think that it's just like, if I just fix this color, then the face will look good. It's like, well, the eye's in the wrong spot.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. And then I can
With
choose
shapes,
to make,
do you also need to learn composition? That would be like composing, right? I mean, the arrangement of objects. So yeah, that would fall under shapes. I mean like the shape, like anything. Shape is like a really broad term, right? It could be the shape of a piece of light hitting the cheek, the shape of a whatever, the part of the sword that you see. Like most of practicing drawing is aimed at getting the correct shapes, because shape's all you have, right? You're working on a two-dimensional surface. Even 3D sculptors, like you're just looking at 2D shapes because you can only look at a sculpture from one angle at a time.
You know, you could do like, I could do an assignment where I just draw like a bunch of heads and just change the lighting for each one. That's actually could be a fun exercise.
So like perspective, lighting, you know, anatomy, figure drawing, head drawing, All of that stuff is just to learn the correct shape. Like, how does light hit a face? What shape does it create on the cheek? If I have lighting from above, what shape does it create on the cheeks, right? Like what she did. If you have lighting from below, what shapes does it create? And then as long as you can draw those correct shapes, it's going to look like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And shapes are super abstract. Like taking a single shape of something and like removing it to isolate on its own, you can rarely tell what the thing is supposed to be. Like if you just take that shape of the light hitting her cheeks, it just looked like a mustache. Like if you just took that shape and drew it without the context of the rest of the face, it would be like, oh, it's like a mustache thing.
What? Oh, layer's empty.
I forgot about how much time it takes to do this stuff in Procreate.
I know. Oh wait, there it is. Copy paste. There it is.
So like you show anybody that shape, they never know what it is. They're like,
bro, what is that?
It kind of looks like a mustache type thing.
Yeah.
But like that
This shape
is super important. It's super important. And if her hair just flipped up the littlest bit, or the light changed position just the littlest bit, that shape would be completely different. It would look nothing like a mustache anymore.
Mm-mm.
And so like you have to understand how to draw objects in 3D and light things, because it like gives you a way to find the correct shape always, no matter the light source, no matter the light direction. And that's what like references are for, right? Like references give you shapes. You're like, oh, it's like, can you pose for me really quick? Oh, okay. Like, I think the concept of shapes and stuff like that is really, really interesting. And it's funny because what people do is they memorize shapes. Like they draw their eye, an anime eye in their style, and it's just a memorized shape, right? It's like a lot of the times people's styles are just the shapes that they've memorized. Like, this is how I draw an eye. This is the shape. And like a lot of the time, like the difference between, you know, like professionals and like amateurs are just professionals have like a much more effective way of finding shapes, or they have like a much wider range of shapes that they know. Like they'll know, you know, how to draw certain eyes from all these different angles, or they'll know the shapes of light hitting the head or the body from all these different angles.
I'm just doing random stuff. Okay.
It's late.
It is late.
It's cute. And like a lot of the time watching people draw who know what they're doing is kind of like magic. It's like watching a magic trick, because like in your brain when you watch them draw, like you're not thinking about the stuff that they're thinking about. Like they're thinking about the three-dimensional form and where the light is coming from and the bounce light and the you know, the 3D form of the face and everything. But what like you're thinking about is you're kind of just seeing these shapes materialize in front of you that look like something, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah. That's why whenever you paint, people are like, whoa, what the heck? Yes, it is
this
Abby.
my Queen Abby? Yes.
Absolutely.
Is it okay if we use Krita enrolled in your school? Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
Krita is totally fine. It's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
I find that so fascinating, though. It's like learning how to, like, you learn all these. Isn't it so weird that you, like, learn all of these skills? You spend just hours and hours and hours learning anatomy, learning the muscles, learning, you know, facial structure, learning perspective, learning, like, okay, if I draw it from this angle, learning boxes and cylinders and perspective and camera lenses and lighting and hard and soft light. All so you can go, oh, there's a triangle here.
Yep.
It's like learning all of calculus so you could find a single digit number. You know what I mean?
Real.
It's weird.
It is weird. All for that single moment.
Yeah, all for that one little squished rectangle that shows up right there.
Is there an age recommendation for your school?
We recommend at least 13. But we had a lady that got our school who was actually going through it with her 9-year-old. They were like going through it together. I thought that was kind of cute. Was that Lily? Amy Lily?
Amy Lily, yes.
But yeah, I recommend at least 13. Just like if you can understand what we're saying on stream, then it's totally fine. I'm still trying to figure out a really good way to like describe it and explain it. It's like I guess it would be like learning calculus or like learning all this complicated math stuff just so you can be like, the number is 47.
67.
Yeah, the number is 67.
You know, you spend years practicing fundamentals and foundation and all that kind of stuff, and it's like,
the rectangle needs to be 2% smaller. Like,
Where do you start when studying someone's art? I don't understand it.
You would start with fundamentals.
Yes, fundamentals.
Fundamentals is the language that an artist is speaking. So if you're not familiar with a bunch of like the concepts of what they're using, it would be very difficult to understand and how to study someone's like style or art. We did a stream not too long ago where I broke down different artists and what they're doing in their work. It's kind of like trying to understand someone speak a language you don't know. And yeah, it would kind of be like that. Like you would understand some of it a little bit, but like a lot of it would like go over your head if you don't know the language. So like, you know, you may want to break down a particular artist, and if you don't know anything about perspective, then you wouldn't know that they're using a wide lens or a long lens here, or you wouldn't know that they're doing a worm's eye view, or how they're composing characters. Like, you would definitely learn something studying it, but it's very difficult when you don't speak the language very much.
A lot of times studies when someone studies an art style, it's like they have to reverse engineer like what the artist does, how they break things down and stuff.
We do have a Discord server. Yep.
I don't know anything about
Where's that card? I think that's super cute. I love it when you draw my characters.
Oh, thank you.
She looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a Discord server. Like if I don't know the basics of color theory, how can I understand how an artist is applying it, right? I could go like, oh my gosh, that's really interesting that they did this.
Yep.
It's almost like it gives you a point of reference to understand from. It gives you the ability to speak the language. It wouldn't be bad to study other artists though. It's just you wouldn't get all that much out of it probably. You'd still get better if you practiced. Like if you're feeling really lost when studying another artist, it's usually because you don't speak the language. Are these lives recorded to watch? Yeah, we're on YouTube right now. Yep. We have the same username, Draw Anime Academy.
I could really like these little doodle scenes. Like it's actually really fun.
Those are really cute, yeah.
Thank you. I'd probably do like a little mini doodle series of these things.
Yeah, and reference models are really helpful for that. Where's our heads? We haven't brought those out in a long time.
That's true, we haven't.
Here they are. We actually built our own models. Like we sculpted these in Blender, and then we 3D printed them and drew little eyes on them. And so we actually make our own models. Here.
Do it.
You can hold that. So you can actually see like the shape of the shadows that would fall on the face. Oh, there's that mustache shape.
There it is.
Yep. There's that mustache shape. So like as long as the shape is relatively close, it's going to feel right. So, you know.
If you put the light in the right place on the drawing, then, you know, it'll look convincing enough.
We actually have a bunch of these. Here's the boy.
The boy.
The boy.
I even drew the features on top, so it's kind of hard drawing these. Ooh, look at that let's find the Rembrandt lighting.
It's so hard to like.
Okay,
Here, let me do that.
here, I'm gonna rotate. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There
it's
we
like a little
go.
bit of Rembrandt lighting
That's
there.
the lighting that I did for Abby up there.
And like, look how it's extreme the lighting is. And as I pull the phone away, like, look how fast the fall off happens. Like, super mega bright. I go like a couple inches away. It's like barely light at all. Light fall off happens super fast.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Ask it.
Why do you? Why does light? I don't know. Fall off so fast on your face, huh?
Bro, so much cat hair on me.
We need a vacuum Applejack.
Look at him. He's just chilling there like he don't even know what's going on. I don't know if I really feel like looking up any artists tonight.
Nah.
I think I said we were gonna head off like a long time ago. We never did.
I know.
Wait, let's find some of those other head models too. Oh, you're gonna love this one, chat.
Oh.
Wait, this one sucks. Hold up. I brought out the weird one.
Brought out the weird one.
Yeah.
Wireframe. Wireframe version. Perspective with
Oh, that's
heads.
sick.
Okay.
Okay. Here's this one. This one's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good. This is the adult male. He's like a Victor. Victor's one of our characters in our books, and we reference him a lot, especially for the tough male guy. And
Here's
then
another one.
there's the adult female we drew a face on.
Yeah.
All these different head types. And actually, the only reason why I was able to do like lighting these kind of heads is because I actually did.
You did studies.
I did studies. Like I'll show you. So let me think. It's kind of further down. Here it is. This is a lighting study with with one of these heads.
Yeah.
I took that, lit it, and I just drew it. There's another one right there.
I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. There's these ones. So like you do these a lot, then you kind of know where the light falls off and what shapes they create.
Do we talk about animation? No. We don't animate. Probably someday we will, but no, we don't teach any animation.
Mm-hmm.
We teach drawing foundation, which overlaps a lot. Like
Yeah.
if you want to do like 2D animation, you'll need to learn how to draw. For the most part, I think. I say that a lot, but it's true. Like, you know, you'll probably need to learn how to draw.
Yeah, like especially if you're doing 2D animation, like that's kind of a guaranteed. Like, because like how else will you express movement? And if you don't really know how to do that, it's going to be hard to animate.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to animate a character and you can't draw an arm, it's going to cause some problems.
Now, of course, you can always animate with a stick figure, you know, but that also comes with communication for the most part, you know. That felt
Bro,
like
that scrambled my brain.
that must have felt good.
It did. Oh my gosh, I can hear in like 4D now. What the heck?
4D hearing.
4D hearing.
Well, I'm ready to wrap up whenever you want to.
Yeah.
I know that you want to do your class and
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, we just finished the season 1 of
Promised
The Promised
Neverland.
Neverland. It was
peak. It was
Peak.
actually it's definitely one of my favorites now.
it's absolutely
It's written so well.
it's very good. Promised Neverland is very good. At least season 1.
I hope season 2 is just as good or better.
Yeah.
It rarely do you find like seasons that are actually like better, like especially nowadays in anime. Like sometimes the season 2 would be like mid.
Sometimes I mean a lot of the time they'll be pretty consistent.
Yeah. Like I would say the first season of Shield Hero was fantastic. Second season, But I think actually Promised Neverland really gives like an Attack on Titan vibe. Like the suspense and the pacing feels like that. Like you just gotta know what's next.
Should you enjoy quiet drawing tonight? I probably won't.
Nah.
We're gonna be sitting right here at this computer, and we're gonna be going through come on, Devin and Ramon's class,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're probably going to watch a little bit of Promised Neverland season 2 tonight,
Mm-hmm.
or Pokemon or something. I don't know. We've been watching through the original Pokemon.
I want to make a manga.
What are you gonna be drawing tonight, Dahlia? You gonna be grinding out those story stuff? You want to make a manga?
I do. It's been my dream to make a manga.
I kind of do too. Like, we've
Like,
been thinking about doing like a one shot.
I even was just thinking like making just test pages, like just for the fun of making a page, you know, making pages.
I mean, you kind of already do.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I do. I already do.
I started making runes for my story with Alexandria. Nice. You know, in the anime art school, you could just use the homework to practice. Like, if you go, oh, I have to draw 15 figures, you just like use reference and then draw your characters using that reference. Or if you get like, I don't even know, what are you even on in the school? You're drawing like boxes and stuff, right?
Draw boxes and then put like make your character sit on those boxes.
Yeah, you could put like characters on them. You can have them like hiding around the boxes or something.
Oh, that's cute. Absolutely adorable.
Doesn't this she has kind of like Elle from Death Note hair now that I think about it.
Yeah. Or yeah, I think so.
Bro, what if her hair was like this?
That's wild. I mean, that's a look actually.
There's definitely an anime out there like that.
Yeah,
like
that could actually
sick.
Work. You know, I was laughing at it initially, but now I'm like, wait a second, this is actually a pretty sick hairstyle.
That's wild. I'm on the hair in the first class. Ooh, backs in the second. Draw draw your character's backs. Dude, there's some really nice back drawings out there, I'm not gonna lie. Remember that video, back abs check? I never found it.
I know.
That sucks. I thought that was so funny. This guy was like doing pull-ups and he had like abs on his back and it was so cool. And really I could never find that video again. It sucks.
It does.
It was like years and years ago that I saw it. All right. Wait.
I don't like this very much.
Well, I think it might be time to wrap it up. What time is it? It is 10:18.
Yep. 10:18, already very late, but that's okay.
I hope that everybody had a good time. Before I forget,
don't forget to check out our anime art school if you want to level up your art and take a good rigorous program on your own time. So yeah, check it out.
Before I forget, I absolutely need to
put this in live demos.
Yeah, I've been forgetting, and then I'm like, I don't really feel like it. Okay. Discord live demos. There is. Huh?
What?
I didn't shrink it enough, did I? There it goes. There's my demo.
There we go.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Good night, chat.
I just joined. I'm sorry. We'll be live
soon.
I don't know when. I really like this. This is cute.
You do? Oh, thank you. Chat, this is an OC that I have not drawn in a very, very, very long time. Her name is, well, I call her Prism, but she has another, like, more realistic name, but,
That's ominous. What is that even supposed to mean?
I don't know, she had, like, this, like, Prism is like a nickname, because this is like a character that I made a very long time ago, and I just called her Prism. Because she looks like a prism, but it's not really her real name.
Drinks water nervously.
I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty.
I still don't. I have a name. Her name's like technically Irina, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep that name or not. Because it's kind of a long, like awkward sounding name, but it's still pretty at the same time. So I don't know.
Wow. Sorry to anybody named Irina.
It's an well. I love the name. Don't get me wrong. But when I say it for myself,
That's
I'm
great.
like, should I say as Irina, like Russian Irina, or like Irina, or whatever? You know, I'll just keep it.
Is this one her as well?
No,
Magical
that's not
girl?
her. That's not her.
This is sick.
Oh, thank you.
It's
You
a
really
fun
think
one.
So?
Hmm.
I was inspired by butterflies, and I turned them into wings, light wings, ribbon wings, and then it just kept on going.
It's fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Good night. See you later. See you. Wait, we're going into like the anatomy part. Yippee. Bye bye. Wait.
Bye, chat.
Hold up. This stream
Huh?
probably needs this. Good night, Dahlia. Good night, Pompoof. Whoever says good night, I'll say good night to you while this is playing. Good night, everybody. Good night, Kiksa.
Kicks. Oh, that's a cool name.
That's pretty sick. Good night, Lily. Good night.
Who's gonna be the next one? All right.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, good night, DS. Wow, 160 people here. Only like 5 people said good night. I'm never going to stream again. This is terrible. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, Clara. Clara.
Bye, Evie.
Good night, YouTube.
Bye.
Evie. See ya.